Good evening, everybody. Good evening. This is Encounters. Yeah, we weren't on Monday night. We took Monday off. Took a little break on Monday. So it was nice to have a Monday night break. We had a lot of rain yesterday and some flooding in New England. Good to see everybody here. This is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. And we are here with you tonight. I've been spending time looking at AM radios. I spent time looking at AM radios to find out what AM radio I need to do. Do I need to go digital AM with our Space Brothers, or should I go with a dial AM where you just turn the dial? So I think digital might be the way to go. I'm not sure. We'll figure that all out. So you're tuned in to Encounters. I'm also the host of WESU's Sunday morning show, The Cosmic Eye, Ashtar Command Radio, for 20 years. I'm a contactee since the 60s with space people that I actually did see when I was, my teen years or preteen. I'm also a conduit, that started out early this year of 2023, Conduit for Christ Consciousness. And also I'm from Mars. So there's a lot of layers to me on this journey. I'm fully activated. I don't read anybody else's books about how to get there. I don't follow any websites or web pages. I follow nothing. I follow no one. Basically, I follow nobody. I'm completely free and void of that. So I'm here I've been on the radio for 20 years. Before coming to Earth, for those that are new to the show, I did intergalactic communications between planetary systems. That I remember. That memory is like really clear. I don't know how I did it. I think it was with crystals. Do you answer questions? Yes, Fatburger, thank you. I'll answer questions from people here that have them. We're going to have a great show. We never know what's going to happen on here. And I think a lot about Godico, who is the space brother from the star system constellation Sirius. Their spaceship is always, right now, around the planet somewhere. So I'm always thinking about them, as well as I'm sure they think about me. So for new people, we've been having communications, and we are live. Hey, Paradise, good to see you. We have communications with them. We're doing a special event again Friday night at 11 p.m. And I'm setting up some procedures of protocol. I've had to meditate on this, but we're going to set up procedures of protocol so that when Godico comes in on his spaceship, we're going to have a really good protocol for honoring them on their spaceship that are here. And I've come to a conclusion of setting that up the right way. I want to give them a better impression of human beings on our planet. I think that's really now important. So when we communicate with them on Friday night, there'll be specific questions. Got communications. It's going to be, hey, Davey, it's going to be Friday night. Unless they come in through my TikTok, it'll be Friday night. And I'm sure if they were able to, I'm sure they can do anything they want. So I'm not feeling it. I don't feel that's happening. Hey, Johnny Miller, good to have you with us. Please share and like. We want to get up to 50,000 likes. I'm on early tonight. So we're going to go from now till about 12:30 a.m. in the morning. That's a pretty good long show, I think. So I'm glad I'm here. Let's amp it up. Please share. Let people know we're here. Did you say you're from Mars? Yes, Laura. I'm from Mars. I came to Earth on the mission with the Ashtar Galactic. That's the other thing I left out. Before the internet, I've been working with the Ashtar Command or Ashtar Galactic Command And I've been doing that in my adult life for a long time. Then comes the internet, and everybody knows about Ashtar. So, yeah, I am from Mars. I'm fully conscious. I'm born as a human being, but my origin is from Mars, the planet that you see in the night sky. And there are people living on Mars now, about 10 to 15 million inhabitants, Martian people that live on Mars. Jay Key, welcome to our show. And evidently, I found out over slightly a month ago that I have connections with the beings from the constellation Sirius, Gadako and his star people. And they remember me from before I came here. So what you're going to get on this show is, on this UFO show, you're going to get real things. You know, we interview people. We love interviewing people with stories. Yes, Mars is far from a dead planet. As a matter of fact, the rover recorded a woman just recently. I don't know what day it was, but the new rover images that were not knocked out show a woman standing above ground. A human woman, because there are people on Mars. Like I said, between 10 and 15 million inhabitants live on the planet. Mars is not a dead planet. All the things you've heard from your science community about Mars is a lie. And also, not only Mars, but all the other planets in the solar system, for the most part, have people living on them. And the thing is, people on this planet were taught from an early stage, from the 40s, 50s, the current human history, I mean, that the other planets, we were hoping to find life on other planets. So you're being lied to the whole time. And some of your historians of space were being lied to. So they only told you what's in the textbooks, which were written by other people. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. So if you're new to this show, the commander has a lot to share. How did you find? I actually woke up one day when I was a kid and spouted out to some other kids, I'm from Mars. I just said I'm from Mars. You know, here's a kid, I'm probably 10 or 11 years old, telling two other kids playing stickball that I am from Mars. And at that point, when I had my first contact with space people in a flying saucer that had windows around it, they were human. They had light blue spacesuits on. I'm not sure what, they weren't from Mars, but they told me I was part of their galactic family. This is like mid to late 60s, somewhere in that area. I remember everything. I remember every single experience. I'm like a human cosmic memory bank. That's why I don't go on websites. I don't let my mind get polluted by other people's consciousness, their information. My information comes from my experiences. And that same thing I teach people is go by your own experiences, not what other people tell you it should be. Because they're projecting their own image and their own consciousness. So it's really important for people to be aware of these things. And we've been having contact. For those that are new here, it's a pleasure to meet you too, Crystal. For people that are new here, I had on my, I'm not going to mention, I have it hooked up right here next to me, the ALEXA app. Over a month ago was when I had first contact through that app with music that was turned on by space people on a spaceship. True story. I was on live on my Encounter show when it happened. Went into my daughter's room. The app was playing a Billie Holiday song, for those that don't know the background here. And the music started playing on its own. And I didn't have the app turned on. I didn't put music on. Then the next couple of days, we have static coming through the broadcast here on TikTok. Then we start having contact. That's when it began. So everything's documented on my show. I have a YouTube channel, Astro Command Spaceship News. All these shows are recorded. You'll find the ones on YouTube that say contact. Those are the ones that have the recording of our interaction with Godico from the star system Sirius. This is all recorded, all documented. There's no channeling. We're not using CGI. We're not using any gimmicks. Everything I do is honest. So when you get a chance, check out my YouTube channel for some of the past shows that have the contact in it. So that's why now we talk about contact a lot, because we are in contact. And we'll have you on the show. We enjoy having guests on here. So if you're new here, if you've been visited by space people or star people or non-terrestrial beings, we want to hear your story. If you have 200 plus followers, you can go on live now on TikTok. If you have 1,000 plus, you can come on live, and I'd like you to turn your camera on. Thank you, Valerie. We appreciate that. So there's a lot you'll learn here, you see. My mind's not polluted by other people's consciousness, not polluted by other people's websites. You know, you never want to get your consciousness polluted. You want to keep it open and clear. Did the government contact me? No. That's the surprising part of it. The government seems to be leaving me alone. And even if they knew we were having contact, I don't think they're gonna stop it. They can't stop it. I'm very well protected. I'm protected by the Ashtar Command people off planet. Like I said, the galactic people I'm connected with protect me completely. And the government cannot stop us. There's nothing they can do. That's right. I've seen many things. They don't touch me. They won't. My connections are too direct. I'm not polluted. I'm not distracted by frequencies that are lower. I'm always walking straight up. They can drop a rod from space on you. I'm not worried about anything. They can't drop anything on me. They never have. They never will. Projection of that thought is just a thought. The cosmic truth is they can't touch me. I'm protected. There's a bubble of protection that is around the whole perimeter of this area. There's always a bubble of protection around me. I'm protected. Not afraid of anything. I'm doing my mission work. I'm making contact. They contacted me, the space people, through TikTok, through the application, and I'm here to continue the communications with the people on the ship through TikTok and any other possibilities. I will say, I have seen a thing unexplainable. So Raymond, what would that thing be? Yes, Linda, thanks to the Cosmic Christ. Why? Well, you said, I have seen a thing unexplainable. I'm interested in your story. I'm a talk show host, so I ask questions. It's always a good thing. Hey, random, ordinary person. Good to see you. A white ball of light. Interesting. Hey, frequencies, everything. We're going good. We're amped up completely. Random, ordinary person. Let's see. When are we having disclosure? We are disclosure, JV. We don't have to wait for it. Friday night will be disclosure night when we have contact with Godico. You're going to hear a space person talk through radio frequencies, and we've had it. If you listen to or watch any of my shows on YouTube, there's a few shows where we have contact with the space people. We're having it now, right here on my show. This show is having disclosure. We're having disclosure. We don't have to wait for anybody to come and tell us the truth. We are the truth. Now I'm saying me personally, but we are going to have the truth. You know, I initiated contact less than a month ago. And like I said, I was meditating today about how we are good stewards of contact. How will human beings act to Godico and the people from the star system Sirius? So I have a great responsibility now to make sure we do it right. You know, because I'm not channeling anything. I initiated contact. Well, they initiated contact. I didn't do anything. They've known me before I came here. They evidently have known me, and I've been with them at some point in another period of time, galactically speaking. Oh, thank you, UFO God. Hey, good to see you, brother. So now I have a bigger responsibility. I'm not looking for UFOs or trying to find out if that's a spaceship out there. It's beyond that now. It's beyond that now. You know why it's beyond that now? Because we are talking to them. We're talking to them through radio frequency. We're talking actually to them. They're talking with us. So now I have a lot of questions. I want to have a full conversation with Godico. I don't want to have like 2 sentences. I want to try to have a full interview on here, on my show here, with them. But it's all depending on whether the interference happens when they're trying to communicate. So it's not through us. No, they're not through us. They're communicating through a radio frequency. Hey, Lynette, they're not communicating. There's no communication through us at all. It's directly through a transmitter. They're transmitting their energy through a radio frequency. Yes, and people here who have heard Godico get chills. It's through frequencies. Hey, Lynette, thank you. So I want to teach a few people things here. It's not through a person. There's no channeling saying, I'm Mahashi. I'm here to tell you how lovely you are. No, nothing like that. It's direct communications. There's no like special fake radio voice coming through. It's a real person on a spaceship. Yeah, and some of the reasons why just Jane headaches happen because the frequency is so high, it affects the human body and the consciousness. Yes, I know. I do understand that. Now I know that I'm going to be getting an AM radio because they keep telling me that I need to get an AM radio because they're going to operate through the communications. My colleague, John Connors, uses different radios, and they came through the radios. No, not Project Bluebeam. There's no blue beam, green beam, red beam. All that stuff is garbage. Throw it out the window. Wherever you heard about Project Bluebeam, I don't care who keeps promoting that stuff for years. That's not even in my consciousness. So throw it out. Get rid of it. Put it in the garbage. No, they're not expensive. I spent the whole afternoon, not the whole afternoon, I was looking on Amazon at different AM digital radios. Now, my only confusion is, do they want me to have a digital AM radio or do they want me to have one of those with a dial? So I have to figure that. I'm going to have to ask John Connors what he wants me to do with that. I'm almost there. I just don't know which way to go on this, digital or non-digital. Hey, Fish, good to see you. Bear, welcome to the show. Joseph Jackson, welcome to the show. And the radio is going to be right next to me on here on my TikTok here. So when John Connors is on, I'm going to have a radio here, and we're going to have both radios on the same frequency. Thank you, Flo. Thank you so much. So I know exactly now what I'm doing. I'm very close to knowing what I have to do. I'm figuring this all out myself, right in my head, because now I know. Now I know how this contact they want us to have. I mean, I would love to. I'm going to ask Godico a question Friday night, and maybe he hears it now, even though he's not here. I want to figure out how to have him visually on my TV screen, on my cable TV, on my TV. I want to see if there's a way they can interrupt the frequency on the TV. So I can show you what they look like on their ship. I don't know if that can be done. I believe it can be done. I believe it can be done. I just don't know yet how that would be done. But I'm going to figure that out too. Like how they can project themselves through our TV screen, through my TV, and take the TV over and broadcast an image of themselves on their ship. That's the next thing I'm trying to figure out. Raymond, okay, this person, oh wow, Raymond, you're the ball of light, 5 to 10 kilometers with no sonic boom. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Very interesting story, Raymond. Very interesting. So I'm multitasking, reading people's comments and telling the story here, or sharing what I understand. So I believe my next request from Godico is to project his ship or his image through the screen, take over the TV screen. I want him to take over the TV screen and figure out how to do that. No, you have not stopped thinking about it. No. Hey, you never stop thinking about it. Once you've been contacted, oh, I have never stopped thinking about it. Oh, you have never stopped thinking about what happened. And you won't. When you have something that impressive, Raymond, you'll never stop thinking about it because, it's something out of this world, something extraordinary that occurred. Yeah, Just Jane, yeah. All frequencies, so one would think TV too, and TV is on a frequency. So I think Godico can go over the TV, and I'm going to give him permission to utilize our TV set to come through the TV. As long as he doesn't, put so much energy into the TV that it's a done deal. We want to have the TV. Let me think about that one for a minute. But for now, the main thing is going to be radio frequencies. So I'm really super excited. I understand his last communication said 9 months. I asked him, when will we go on the ship? He said number 9. He said 9 a few times. So that led me to believe he's saying 9 months, we'll go on the ship in 9 months. And I'm physically talking to him or verbally talking to him about going on the ship. Thank you for the hand heart. I want to go on that ship. I've told my wife about it. I haven't told my daughter about it yet, but there's a certain delegation of people in my local area that I'd want to be also part of this, to be delegates from Earth, to go on their ship and be able to go where they wanted us to take their home planet and then come back with information to share with people of this planet. So I have a whole itinerary of things that I want to do. I want us to be good stewards and ambassador for the planet in the best unconditional, loving way possible. So there's a lot of things I've been meditating on since this happened. I've been trying to really go deep into my consciousness to understand every little thing. And there's a lot to learn. I mean, there's so much to learn. There's never stops for any of us, right? You never stop learning, And please share and keep tapping when I get to 50,000 likes tonight. Good question. I do want to see if we can live stream if this happens and we do go on their ship. I'm hoping the technology will work so we can go live somehow with the energy from the ship, where we can have free electricity or streaming or whatever it works. I don't know how things work on a spaceship. I don't remember. But I do want this to be live on their ship if it happens. So I have a bunch of things planned in my head already. A lot of things planned in my head regarding this. Well, I won't say won't until I talk to Godico, because they might tell me they can make my technology work on their ship. So I'll never say never until I actually talk to them. You never know. Hey, good to see you, Blake. Charles, welcome to the show. Mary Farrell. Kerry, thank you for the roses. So there's so much to talk about here now. So much to think. I took a break last night because I just wanted to spend some downtime. And sometimes you need downtime. And, I've got everything set up here with the app in case they want to go through the app. They told me they could go through the app, which is the ALEXA app, which I think is on. Is it on? Let's see here. I think I have it plugged in. No, it's not on. No wonder. I can't believe I did that. Okay. I just turned Now the app's on. Once the app, so my experiment will be, if they decide to come through, I'm going to have them come through the app at any point in time they wish to. Well, except when we're sleeping. If we're sleeping, I don't want them to wake us up at the middle of the night, start talking through the app. I think that would kind of throw us off a little bit. But we will have an AM radio. Hey, Deborah, I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm going to, hopefully by Friday, have an AM radio that we're going to hook up here. But I'm still looking at the different technologies to figure out which one it's going to be, whether it's going to be a dial or a digital. That's what I have to figure out right now. That's what I have to figure out. So that's why we want to hear people's stories too, because if you've had, like Raymond shared a great story just before he typed in his story. That was a great story, Raymond. And you probably had contact with really higher frequency beings that had a circular white ship like that with no sonic boom. I found that very interesting. So I'm multitasking my consciousness between what people's comments are, what I'm talking about. I'm able to do multitasking, and my cat just sneezed. So there you go. She's laying on the couch hanging out. I'm going to bring my friend Chesno on here, co-host for the night, if he's able to come on. And it's just an extraordinary period of time to be here on Earth. When you think about who we are as a civilization, as a planet, as people, you should do a vintage radio. I'll have to check that out. You know, I will check some old places, like antique places that have vintage radios. I'm really going back and forth on this whole thing about the radio, so we'll figure it out. But that's an idea too, and I'm open to it. When we think about our civilization on Earth, with over billions and billions of people on this planet, yes, Lacey, it is exciting. Kelly says 2 BAMs. I am you. I like that. The person's name is I am you. Moment. I'll be back soon. Okay, Chesno. Take it easy driving home, buddy. Brother. George, man, good to see you. Tea Tree USA. So for new people to my show, welcome to Encounters. This is a real #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media, the top show on social media. I'm a radio show host, almost said that backwards, for about 20 years for Ashtar Command Radio on WESU Radio, NPR Pacific Radio every Sunday morning, 11:30. Can you tell us how you met John? John and I met through here, believe it or not. I met John through here, and it was meant to be that we met, and that's when when I had my contact, we used radio frequencies on his end after it, and then Godico decided to come through the radios, a regular AM radio and digital frequencies. And that was where we were able to hear him. At first, I didn't understand what he was talking about because I couldn't understand his language. And then Godico, as of the other night, a couple nights ago, learned how to speak English. So when he comes through, he speaks English. I can understand every word he says. It's pretty amazing. Initially, I couldn't understand what he was saying. You know, I couldn't understand a thing. But now I am completely tuned into his frequency. When he comes in, I can understand every single detail of what he says. How many of you are new here to what I'm talking about? And don't be shy about it, because we're all here together on this show. If you're new, ask me questions. Hey, Judy, good to have you with us. Ask me questions, and I'll answer the questions. If you have any questions, hi, Lisa. Nice to meet you. Akashic Ash, I like that name. Poetic Justice, yes and no. I'll give you direct answers. If I don't know the answers, I'll tell you I don't know them. So for the new people here, welcome. And we hope you'll be regular people on our show. We're very good here, kind of new. We really include a lot of people here. I've had a contract. You have a contract, yes. I obviously have a contract. You're absolutely correct. And Godico actually says he knew of me in the womb of my mother, like before I came here. Like when I came to Earth, I knew I was coming here on a mission to Earth from off planet. Now, when you're a baby, you don't know that. You don't, like, you can't speak and say, oh, I know I'm going to have a mission. You're a baby, you're being born, you have biological parents, right? But I started having encounters of sightings since the 60s. When I was a kid, I'd see all kinds of spaceships constantly. I witnessed, go right on bet, I witnessed a UFO. Are we reincarnated? I would say we are from the stars. We've come here not so much being reincarnated, but to do mission work. Absolutely. Reincarnation, I totally believe in it. I believe that people do get reincarnated. But many people come here without memory of where they've come from. So many people come here from other planets or star families. And you might not even know who your star family is. But they will eventually contact you in different ways. It could be just like happened to me. They will contact you. They can contact you in the dream state. Hey, Pink Lady, I'm new. A question. How does religion coincide with these beings? It doesn't. Great question. So let me, I'm going to bring you on as a guest. I'd like to have you ask the question. You come on here, Pink Lady. We'd love to have you on. So we'll have your audio on here. When you get to 1,000, you'll be able to be seen. So if you'd like to come on and ask me a question, I'd like to give you a direct answer without just the letters in the question. It's up to you. Just accept my request, and we'll put you on here. And that goes for anybody else who has any questions. If you can come on here directly and ask them, and you have over 200 followers, you can come on here and I'll directly answer your questions. Okay? So the biggest thing that we're dealing with now, let me go back to your question. My YouTube channel, Rachel, is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Ashtar Command Spaceship News. And every TV show we've done here on TikTok is titled. The ones where I had the contact, you'll see them titled differently. Let's see here. How does religion coincide with these? So, Pink Lady, I'll answer your question. There is no religion. On Earth, there is religion. Where these space people come from, the only religion is the religion of love. On this planet, there are what you call Earth-based religions that are created by man. Where they come from, they're all directly connected to the Creator. You'll call God the Creator, the Source. It's all the same thing. No different. There's no separation. On Earth, when we talk about things like religion, we're talking about Earth-based man-made religion. On Mars, or where they come from, the constellation Sirius, there is no religion. They don't have religions, the space beings. Only on Earth, man-made religions exist, but not on other planetary worlds. Do the space beings pray or worship anything? The space beings, in a sense, have a divine love for the Creator, which is the same thing equals God, the Creator. Same thing. So they don't really worship in the definition of worshiping like we do on Earth. They don't like worship somebody or like some statue or something like people on Earth do. They just have a direct connection to the Creator. Thank you so much for that. I know this instinctively in my consciousness. Even on Mars, there's no religion. Everything is directed at the Creator of all things, the Creator of all the different multiverses, universes, galaxies, star systems, parallel universes. Johnny Miller, that's a great question. He's definitely affected my consciousness. If you've watched me, you can see that I've changed a bit. I've always been awakened. I've never been asleep, but my consciousness has expanded to a much different level now. And I think you know that. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, God. My consciousness is at the point where I've been taught not to, I'm really being told, watch out for Earth humans that think they know it all. Earth humans that are going to tell you, Commander, this is what's going to happen. This is the way you need to do it. And I understand that. They want me to be very, very clear. Very, very clear. Akashic Ash, right. Is anyone else with you? If you feel there's someone else with me, maybe. But I think they're always with me now. I think they're always with me. Well, the Ashtar Command is always with me. They stay unseen. But, yeah. I mean, they can be here right now, but they're not set, they're just like invisible. You heard a voice. Can you tell me what the voice said? See, I got my earbuds on, so I don't hear anything. You heard a voice, Jake. Interesting. What did the voice say? It sounded like a male voice go, ah. It could be that he's here. It could be, you heard the voice too. Okay. So 2 people heard the voice. Anybody else? Now I'm tuning into, what's happening here. Who else heard it? I heard it too. Oh, now we're getting interesting here. 3 people. Me too. So the more I did, so the more I talk about Godiko, I think he's here. Godiko is about 7 feet tall. Godiko is like a bluish human in human form. They're very beautiful people. And yeah, he's probably hanging out here with me right now. I think he can come off the ship and appear wherever he wishes to appear. They're very advanced. So he probably is here. If more than 3, look, if there's only one person saying this, hey, Paranormal Bed, and he's funny, yes. So I'm starting to feel a coolness around me a little bit. So even though he's not on a radio frequency and he's here, he's just probably watching my broadcast right now. So now I know I'm not going nuts because other people are saying they heard a voice. Very interesting. I asked him what his name was, but I think I keep getting his name spelt wrong. So when he's on Friday night, I'm determined to spell his name correctly. I know how to say it, but I'm determined to spell his name correctly. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that compliment. I just have a love for all the people of Earth. I have a love for everything around me. I think about the future of our planet. It's been pretty hard to live on this planet, but I love this planet, even though it's been hard. I love being human, and I also love knowing where I'm from. So both of those things. Yes, Paranormal Bed Gal, I am totally answering questions. So if you have a question, matter of fact, I'm going to follow you, and I'd love you to come on with me and ask a question on the air, on the show. And that goes for anybody else with over 200 followers. And if you don't have over 200, I'll still answer your question in the comment section of our show here. So if you want to come on with your questions related to what I'm talking about now, I will do the best I can to answer your questions. Are Martians? Yes, they are. I think it's Lavola. Yes, they are human. They are human. My thoughts on Bashar is, Darryl Anka, specifically, my thoughts on Darryl Anka is that he is communicating with Bashar of the Essassani. But as far as everything else out there goes, I don't listen to it. I think he has a very clear communications with them. But that's what I think about it. Go Right On Bet says, it sounded like radio frequency and staticky and male sounding. So I'm here to take your questions. And if you're welcome, Red Sonia. Is he part of the Astral Command or the Astral Collective? Tiger, he knows of that. Not all the galactic groups are, well, they all are connected in a sense. He knows of it because I asked him about the Ashtar Command when I was speaking to him in one of my shows here when he came through the radio. Hey, Demont, hang out for a while. Don't pass through. This is Encounters. Everybody's welcome here. Earth is an experiment. Well, actually, Earth is not so much an experiment as a planet that's ascending into another frequency. And we're glad to have you with us, Demont. Thank you for joining us. Do you channel? No, I don't believe in channeling. That's the one thing I want people not to do is listen to channels. I've seen so many of them on Facebook. Everyone channels the same being, and they say they have the information, and then they say this is going to happen, and nothing happens. I don't believe in channeling. Especially, why do I believe in channeling when I'm talking to somebody on a spaceship through a radio frequency? No need to channel. No need to channel through another human being. Just go direct. Just learn how to communicate with your star family. That's my teachings now. We've made direct contact. They contacted me, and through a Billie Holiday song they played on the app. And when they did that, nobody was in the other room. And that's when the contact started. Probably now over a month and a half ago. Somewhere in that area. Oh, Jake, I want to meet him too. I probably have met him when I'm sleeping, but I want to meet him too. I want to meet him. Will you make contact tonight? Friday night, we're going to have a live communications Friday night. Right. I'm really excited about it. And that's going to be the most important thing going on now is that every Friday night we're doing contact night. I call it contact night. That'll be the night when you can, at 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, 8 West Coast, and 3 p.m. Australia time, Friday night, we'll be making contact. Now, that doesn't mean he cannot come through on TikTok or on my app here or whatever when he wants to. He can do whatever he wants, I don't control them, for sure. I keep hearing Tears for Fears music when I turn my radio in the car. Interesting. Not sure why that happens. So when you think about the ultimate consequences of what's going on here, I laugh at all the world governments right now. Yes. Shannon, I felt so much pure love for my beings. Beautiful, Shannon. Look at my page, brother. No likes required. I know you'll love my page. Send in messenger. Being scratched in my sleep. So what was I going to say? With all the governments in the world, hey, Paul, thank you for the roses. With all the governments in the world lying for 70 years to the public, I'm sitting here on a little phone on TikTok, and then I'm in contact with space people. Not channeled, not somebody creating a fake audio, thing or whatever, through music. They love music. Matter of fact, on one of the shows, they took over the frequency when they were broadcasting with us, and this music they were playing sounded so spaced out, I couldn't believe it. It was like really spacey. I should probably, edit one of the things here, if I still have it, and edit it. I might have, everything's on YouTube, so you'd have to go to YouTube. You'll hear it on one of the recent shows where you see music coming through, and it's just really the strangest music I've ever heard from space people. I mean, it was really spaced out. It was very spaced out. What Linda wants. Hey, how you doing, Linda? Do you record all contacts? All the contacts are recorded through my TikTok here. Do you realize TikTok does record all the shows or your live broadcasts? So what I do is when the live broadcasts are saved, I go to the live and then I upload them or download them. And then I throw them on my YouTube channel, which is Ask Darker Man Spaceship News. So that's where I transfer all that information, right? Hey, Mercury Man up in Vermont, nice to see you too. Hey, Courtney, thank you for doing that for sure. It's so people are so used to people channeling beings on Facebook and other places, but that's not where it's at. Nope, not after this. I thought I was, I always told people never listen to channels, but I'm even more so now with my direct contact telling people learn how to connect with your star family, learn how to figure that out. That's what you really need to do. Figure it out. When you figure it out, you will. Everybody will eventually make contact with their star family. However that works, I don't know. I just know it can happen out of the blue moon. That's what happened to me. And I, been waiting most of my life, not waiting, but I guess probably in a sense waiting for contact. I always kept asking, when are you going to contact me? When are you going to, even though I knew I was being contacted on other levels of consciousness, I wanted to have tangible, verbal, direct contact. I wanted them to talk to me. I wanted to have interaction. I wanted to know. And now I know. There's no going back. No going back. Now I know. I know very much so that I know things. My consciousness has been amped up so much since that contact. Like I can only think about, well, that's the only thing I think. I think about a lot of things, but what I'm doing in my mode of thinking now, I can only think about how beautiful it is in space and how so beautiful it will be to take the step forward and not be afraid. Because, to take the step forward and to ask if I can go on a spaceship, to take the step forward and say, I don't care what anybody on Earth thinks. I'm ready to take the journey on a spaceship. I'm not talking about a NASA rocket going to the space station. I'm not talking about Elon Musk with his satellites going all around the planet polluting our atmosphere. I'm talking about our star family. I'm talking about being invited, hopefully, to go on their ship. And Agatico, I believe, has responded that I will be taken, not me personally, but I'm going to have a delegation of people I select that without ego will be with me. I don't want anyone with ego. These people will be people I know, people I trust, and I already have I'm seeing into the future a little bit, but I do know this is going to happen. I don't know exactly when, but I think it's going to happen sometime next year. I think sometime next year. I think it's going to be next year. I keep getting 2024, sometime next year. He said the number 9. He's thinking 9 months. I'm going to ask him. The timelines are changing. So if this happens, we are going to attempt initial live broadcasting before going on the ship. I've planned out in my head some things, and we'll see what happens. I do know, yes, they would go too. Yes, they would go too. And then there's 2 other people in our C5 group. There's a few people in our C5 group that would go. My friends Greg and Elaine, who don't have TikTok, they would go. They are this person. Greg is a co-coordinator with us with the Ashtar Command Group. Kathy, I hear him through radio frequency. So when he comes through Friday night, when we have John Connors on, you'll be able to hear him through radio frequency. That's how the communications occurs. That is the way it's been so far. I believe in the future it will be more direct. And again, but it's right now through radio frequencies. They operate through radio frequencies from their ship, and they're able to tune into certain frequencies on AM radio, and that's how we communicate. That's our method of communications. Great question. So that's how we hear him, Kathy. And if anybody else has any questions for me regarding this, please do ask. I'll answer the questions as best I can about what's happening. I had my first encounter at my dear lease in July. Ask and you shall receive. Yes, interesting. My YouTube channel, Kathy, is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Ashtar, Ashtar, Command, Command, Spaceship News on YouTube. Yes, Red Sonia, they do want to help us. That's why they're here. Well, twofold. Godico meant to contact me personally anyway, and he has known me before I came to Earth. So he used the app to communicate with me. But they are here to assist the planet. Yes, Dimon, it's true. Sound frequencies make sense to universal. Sound frequency, you hit it right on the head, Dimon. Sound frequencies are universal. Take notes, people. Sound frequencies are universal. In space, everything is operated on a frequency. When spaceships travel from other planetary systems, they're operating on a vibrational pattern of frequency. So frequency is everything. That's the key. It's the frequency. I think Hyosta says, has anyone noticed the moon stayed in the same spot in the sky for the last 24 hours? I haven't checked the moon out to notice that, but I appreciate the information. You're welcome, Kathy. Thank you, and YX. We appreciate that. Thrill Billy JP, Ironclad, and man, needs some light on the subject. Shannon says I had about 15 come to ground level and say goodbye. Interesting, Shannon. I am reading. You have been in altered universes. I'm reading the comments here. Have I been in alternate universes? Probably in my dream state or in my sleep state, but I don't remember any of that. Great question. Hey, Wilbert, welcome. Will they stop a nuclear bomb if deployed? In the 1960s, the Ashtar Command ships and personnel, they turned off nuclear silos. As a matter of fact, it's documented and documentaries about the nuclear silos being shut down. All the electricity was turned off, so they couldn't operate nuclear silos or nuclear weapons. If you truly initiate, they will appear. Shay says, if you truly initiate, they will appear. I caught its attention with a laser. Yes, the laser is great, Shaylin. If you have one of those lasers, that's a form of a way to communicate. Once you have the sighting of the spaceship, the star people will intact react to what you do with that. Dolores Cannon, I love her. She's not here anymore, but she had a deal of information, and any of her books, her videos, all her stuff is great. We love her. She was really good. Yes, well, I've been napping and making oddities known with moon. Interesting. I noticed the moon today and took pictures. I'm reading everybody's comments here. Did I hear you say you've been off Earth? If you're asking me that question, I come from Mars. So before coming to Earth, I lived on Mars. I worked directly with the Ashtar Galactic Command before there was an internet or websites. So I came here from that planetary system. Then they circled. Okay, I've watched. I'm just reading comments. Wasn't her awake today? Let's see. Yeah, Dolores was great. I hear noises in the background. Well, we had a train go by. Hey, Blondie. So on here with you, I'm going to see if he might be busy. I'm just going to see if John Connors is around, just to see what's happening here. He might be busy. We'll find out in a moment. I'll just put the word out there. See if my friend John is on tonight. I'll just say, if available, join us. And we're going to invite him in here. So we'll see if he might be out there. Just inviting him. All right, so I just sent John Connors an invite to join us if he's around. Sikhs Collective says, so do you know anything about the Anunnaki? Yes, just like other galactic civilizations, they also are involved in the well-being and exploration of other planetary worlds, including our planet Earth. So I know they brought a great deal of knowledge in their time because our planet's billions of years old. They brought a lot of knowledge. They spent some time on our planet with other galactic civilizations, which came and went throughout the billions of years of our existence. Sarah says, how do you find your star family? The best way to do that is actually through meditation, through deep meditation, and putting yourself into a meditation of the Christ frequency, meaning when you go into meditation or learn how to meditate, you say, I wish to connect with my star family with your eyes closed. I wish to know who my star family is. And by doing so, you will eventually connect with your star family. So it's all in the process of, many people do it different ways, but meditation is really a key way of connecting with your star family. Julie, you're driving home. Good to see you, Julie. So the Earth isn't an experiment. The Earth, like any other planetary system, is being billions of years old, has had ups and downs. The planet Earth has at one time been in harmony with the universe and creator, and other times, like now, has not been in the 70-year history in line with the spiritual levels of light. But it's not an experiment. But the planet Earth is going to elevate into another frequency pretty soon. It already is. It already is. So when we elevate into that higher frequency on this planet, that's why there's going to be contact soon. Why is there going to be contact? If someone says to me, Commander, why is there going to be contact? Why are they coming here? They're coming here because they've been here before. They're coming here because we are connected with them. This is the whole thing with humanity. Human consciousness, excuse me, human consciousness has been asleep for a long time. You know, your mind is sleeping and sleeping. All of a sudden, there are space people coming to Earth and you say, Commander, why are they coming here? What's so great about our planet, right? They're coming here because we have a divine connection to them, a divine connection to each and every civilization out there in the universe. We're all connected. But we've separated ourselves from that connection. We made a mental note to separate ourselves from the star people. We did it either unconsciously or consciously, but we did it. We did it really well. We did a good job of separating ourselves. Boy, I'll tell you, when you want to separate yourself from the universe, you did a good job. Humans did a great job of doing that. Now you have to remember who you are and where you came from, right? That takes a little bit more of a process of time. So you're saying, I want to remember where I came from. And where did I come from? You're like saying, I really want to remember, but darn it, I can't remember where I came from. I know I have a mother and a father and some sisters and brothers, but I really want to know, gosh, where did I come from? Let me tell you something. Don't think too hard about it. That's the thing. You think too hard about it. You want to really remember, and you're thinking so hard, you can't remember where you came from. Right? But you can. As long as you stop thinking about where you came from, you'll find out where you came from. Write this down. As long as you stop thinking about where you came from, you're thinking where you came from. You're thinking, right? Thinking, where did I come from? Where did I come from? Stop thinking about it. Meditate. go within. Go within to the higher self. And if you do that, you'll remember eventually where you came from. I guarantee it. Wow, Demont, let's see, you're turning blue again. I'm only turning blue because of the Christmas lights. Let me adjust the lighting here. Hold on a minute. Okay. I just turned the white lights of the lights can go different colors. You won't see me you won't see me turning blue again. I just adjusted the lights so I'm not turning blue. And if I still turn blue, then something else is happening here. We're going to play with the Alexa app here. I'm going to replug her in. Let me see here. And I just plugged her in. And we'll see what happens. So if Godico wants to speak through the app, he will. I purposely have set it here so that if that happens, you'll be able to hear it right through the broadcast here. Some spaceships are designed to come back to the past and watch our beautiful memories. True. Bill, you're welcome. Thanks you for sharing truth. You're welcome. And that's what we're here to do, is to share truth. I don't read any book. I mean, I have books from contactees from the 60s that are part of history, about contact history. Those are the only books I have. I don't read anybody's books or any materials. Dolores Cannon, I loved her. I watched her videos. Her books were phenomenal. But in truth, all my information comes direct. So what's happened with me is I've become the cosmic book. You can too. You can too. Why are you only contacted usually on Fridays? Well, no, Fridays is when we want to have it. I can be contacted on any day, but we do a live broadcast. Great question. So that's when we do our live broadcast for John Connors to do the contact. We make that our night of contact on Friday nights. It's just the way we scheduled it with the space people. We can basically do it any night, but Friday nights is the end of the week, and it felt like that was a good time to do it. Can you see my comments? Because you've gone right past the same one several times. Jill Z, let me see here, Jill Z. Let me see, go backwards and see where your other comments are. Matter of fact, Jill Z, give me the comment and I'll read it. There's so many comments coming through here on this cosmic spaceship. When you see it in your mind, needs to know, but can't figure it out, so it's UFO. Do you see things in the clouds? Of course. Over the years I have. Jules Z, can you type your comment in again and I'll read it? I'm looking for your comment as I'm drinking my apple cider. Apple cider is my cosmic juice, by the way. I just did. I don't know. I'm not seeing your comment. I'm seeing that. Did you see my comment? And now I see your comment here saying I just did. Jill Z, I'm going to bring you on live. This way I can actually talk to you. That's what we do here. Accept my request to go live, Jill Z, and we will talk verbally on my program. I'll be happy to talk to you. Just press the accept button and we will have you on here. That's pretty weird if I can't see whatever it is she's trying to ask me. Hey, D. Now I can hear you. That's what the commander does here on the show. This is Encounters, a late night spiritual UFO show. Jules Z, welcome to the show. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I didn't mean to miss you. So many comments going on here. I'm trying to keep up everybody, but go ahead.
Yeah, I copy and pasted it. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I kept saying the same one over and over, and it just got missed over and over. So.
Well, now you're not going to be missed. Now we have you on here on the program. So now let's get into it. Share a little about where you're from and what you want to talk about.
I'm from South Carolina, and I just wanted to ask you a question about what was when did you know that you were being contacted, and what was the sign that you knew that you were contacted?
Well, the most recent one was with the Alexa app, which I hope doesn't go on, in my daughter's room when I was live on here. And went in there and I heard a Billie Holiday song. At the end of the song, it says, "I'm going to the moon and I'll see you soon." And
What
then,
I'm trying to ask you is which one, like when you connected with your star family or
oh,
whatever.
my star family, it's
Uh huh.
probably when I was a kid. They had a ship in a cul-de-sac. Went upstairs. The rest of my family was downstairs. Went in my brother's room. Long story short, I opened his wooden blinds, and the spaceship was there with men, women, and children in light blue space suits. They look just like us. They're probably taller than us, a little bit taller, probably 6.5 feet, maybe some 7, and then kids,
Okay.
younger people. But they at when they told me I wasn't from here, and then I never forgot the story. I never forgot them. I can remember everything about their ship, everything. I remember the whole thing. I don't forget any of it. That's when probably preteens in the 1960s.
Okay. Do you know? Excuse me. Do you know what type of alien spacecraft would be the like the silver disc with the different colors that go around it?
Well,
The
in
saucers.
many of the flying saucers, some of them, when you see them with other colors, and I'm assuming something that you've had some sightings, correct?
I've had a sighting recently and then one as a child that was a couple of times within the same kind of time frame. And then I had a bad nightmare, which I thought that I was kind of being abducted. I don't know if I was or not, or whether it was just a
No,
bad
yeah.
dream.
It could have been a bad dream. So, beyond the bad dream, did you feel about the ones that are multicolored? How did you feel about the energy when you saw them? Did you feel like excited, afraid? How did you feel?
I felt excited and kind of curious. I was just kind of, um, I don't know, curious, I guess, to know who they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that beyond the one dream that was like kind of negative, the rest of your experiences have been positive.
Yeah, they have.
Okay, okay. So the ones that are positive, here's a little bit of a teaching from someone who's been, had contact and who's having contact now on here with the Syrian beings. Well, they're from the Syrian star system. What I'd recommend is to focus on the good, colorful ships that you've seen,
Hmm.
that you felt a very positive experience. And through do you do any meditation at all, or
I have before. I haven't recently.
right? So the key thing here is, and this goes for anybody trying to make contact, make sure who you're contacting. The first way I teach in my classes is always ask if they're from the Christed levels of light. So, and if they respond saying, yes, we are Christed beings of light, that tells you everything. If they don't respond to the question, are you Christed beings of light, then you cut off communications. You have the power.
Okay.
You have more power than you really understand.
Okay.
But if the reverse happens and they say there are Christed beings of light, then you can initiate the contact. You can ask them who their names are, where they're from. You can ask them all kinds of questions. So I want you to do regular meditation. I call it
Okay.
galactic meditation, to focus on your higher self. Let your higher self take you off planet to focus on the Christed beings of light and the star family. It might take
Hmm.
some time, but you'll initiate the contact. And then I want you to tell me in the future what happened. I want you to tell me, keep a journal of what happens on this.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
getting it's really important that you journal it. So I'm really glad to have you on here.
All right. It's good to be on here. Thank you for answering my question.
I hope I did. And I'll be interested in the progress you have in terms of the initiating of contact with the positive ones that you saw in
Yeah.
the spaceship. The flying saucer with the multicolored lights, normally those are higher vibrational frequencies. So if anyone ever sees a flying saucer come low with beautiful lights like multicolored, for the most
Hmm.
part, you're dealing with higher vibrational beings inside that particular ship.
Okay. All right. Do you think that they're maybe relation in relation to me, or do you think that they're just kind of curious?
I think that everyone has a relationship with star people. You just
Hmm.
have to remember who they are. You need to seek it out. You need to focus on it. Everybody here has a star family. Every single person, even the ones that don't even know, you have a star family. It's just that we've been so programmed on Earth to think that this is all we are. That's just a program. But we're more than just all we are, which is on Earth. We're way more than just being human beings. We just have to remember who we are.
But the flying saucers that I did see that came kind of, lower down, do you think that they are my star
Well,
family? Is that what you're?
probably. I'm kind of alluding to that. How did you feel
Okay.
when you saw them come way down? I mean, they were pretty close, right?
Yeah, they were closer than an airplane would be. So
Right.
they were,
And how
you know.
and were they like staying near you? Were they like watching you? Did it feel like you were being watched?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't. One of them was kind of still, and then it started moving, but the other two were kind of moving along with the car that we were in.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
So they were making the initial contact. Now you can make contact back if you do the meditation, connect with
mhm.
your higher self. It's exciting. If you reconnect with them, I'd like to hear the story in the future, what happens with that, because I think
Okay.
you're going to have some phenomenal success in that realm.
Will they tell me who they are?
You have to ask them who they are.
Okay, but they will
Uh,
tell. If I ask them, they'll tell
if
me.
you ask them who they are, they'll tell you. See, this
Okay.
is the one thing human beings don't do when they have contact. Sometimes they don't ask, "Who are you?"
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask who they are, they're waiting for people to start asking that in an individual case by case basis. So
Okay.
yeah, ask who they
All right.
are.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate your help.
Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks, and be a regular follower of the show. If you, we're glad to have you with us. We're a show that's inclusive. We want to have our audience be able to interact with us. There's no egos here. We don't play those games on TikTok. I'm a radio host for 20 years, so I'm very vested in this whole thing, and I'm glad you came on.
Yeah, I was on the show where the Gottico came on the other night, and John Connor, the kind of the flickering lights and thing.
Yeah, you
So
saw that.
that was
That
pretty
was
wild.
amazing, wasn't it? Pretty
It
wild.
was.
That's my Godico is my contact. He contacted me through the Alexa app. That's
Okay,
how
well,
it
that's pretty
started.
cool.
So that's
So
direct
is
contact.
I'm assuming John's okay. He's
John's
fine now.
okay.
Okay.
I've been in touch with him. He's doing okay.
Okay. All
And
right. Well, that's
you know,
good. I hope you get
well,
to
I'm
hear
glad.
from him tonight.
Oh, we will. If he doesn't come on tonight, we'll hear from him before Friday or by
Okay.
Friday.
All right. Well, you
And
take care.
you too, Julie Z. Good to see you.
Good to see
And
you.
we're gonna definitely see who else wants to come on here. I'm kind of looking at who's here. Chip Tooth. Well, before I put people on, I'd like to hear what they want to say. So, Chip Tooth, if you can make a comment about what you wish to say, before I'm very careful about who I put on the air, so I want to get a good idea of what's going on here. So, if I don't hear a response from Chip Tooth, I won't put them on here. I want to know what the topic is. If did they have a visitation, a UFO story? I've had a positive and negative experience. Okay, positive, negative. All right, we're going to get him out there. We're going to also we're also going to okay. We'll definitely well let's hear well we can hear both experiences. So we'll take Chip Tooth and put him on here. We've had people on with both experiences. Good evening. Welcome to Encounters.
Hi, it's great to be here.
And glad to have you with us. What part of the planet are you in? What part of the
I'm
country
in
or the
I'm by Yosemite in California.
Oh, you're up there, and oh, that's pretty decent. Well, welcome to the show. I'm Commander Alian, your host here on Encounters. So, tell us, when did you have your experiences? Was it at a younger age, where you are now? How long ago?
Okay, so it's my first weird experience was probably 16 years old on a psychedelic experience,
Mm-hmm.
which was like I encountered a entity that I felt was extra dimensional,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and it it felt like I connected Well, first of all, it was like I could envision the picture of its face in my head,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of pharaoh-like,
Mm-hmm.
like tall, narrow pharaoh hat like thing with
Mm-hmm.
red glowing eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and basically it seemed omniscient to me, like it knew everything, and kind of gave me some insight to the world.
Mm.
Um, the first thing that it made me question was, what are we doing here? Like, what is the purpose of humans on Earth? And I
Mm.
never thought of that in my entire life. And it's weird because, like, I went to Catholic school, and like you would think
Mm-hmm.
that I would, at least question that growing
Right.
up. That was the first time that I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? You
Right.
know, and
Absolutely correct.
it basically just told me nothing matters. Um, it's kind of a sad thing to think, but that's what it told me, and
Well,
it also,
was that through the experience with the psychedelics that
yeah,
happened?
psilocybin mushrooms.
Okay. So through that experience, two things can happen. Either it brings you into obviously an altered state of consciousness, and there have been people, the Hopi Indian have used these in their spiritual journeys, but that's different because they always talk about the Kachina dolls and all the history between that. But that's a very sacred thing for the spiritual elders. I know this from the history. But in your experience, that led you to this seeing this being. Now, so do you think you saw this being, which I do believe things happen, in a different alternate universe or a different alternate frequency or
Yeah, I don't know.
consciousness?
Yeah, I think this thing was like in another dimension. That's why I could see it like inside my head.
Yeah, yeah. That allowed you, in this case, there are ways to do things like that without what you did, but in this case, that opened your mind up to a different frequency, and therefore you saw that specific being, correct?
Oh, somebody in the comments said Salvia divinorum. I did Salvia divinorum a few times throughout my life, and for the most part, it was pretty lame. The last time I did it, I never did it again because it was a really weird, intense experience.
Yeah.
You know, basically, well, one of the good times I did it, I felt like gravity didn't exist anymore, and I felt the urge to grab at the ground and hold on to the grass because I felt like I was going to
Hmm.
float away into space.
Yeah.
Um, that was kind of fun. But the last time I did salvia, this guy came over to my house and said he spent like over $100 on like a very small amount of it. Was like I don't know how many X, like 120X or whatever it was.
Hmm.
And I was sitting at a table in my backyard on my patio, and I took one rip, and it was like a vortex opened up on in front of me on the table and was like pulling me into it, and it took like
Yeah.
all my strength in my neck to keep my face from being sucked into towards this vortex, and I
Yeah.
I never did that again.
Well, this is what I teach. This is one of the things you're going to learn watching my show. I teach people take nothing. I teach people you don't need to take anything to get to the truth of the cosmic connections you have with your star family. That a lot of these alternating drugs will get you to different alternating places, but in truth, if you everyone does their own thing. One of the purest things you can do is connect with your higher self, meditate, and if you do those things and you really work at it, you don't need anything. All you have to do is use your consciousness to open up to the galactic levels of light. That's what I teach. That's all you need
Okay,
to
so
do.
I have done meditation. I've actually done the Gateway experience. The
Can you
CIA
explain what that?
the
What is
CIA
that?
Gateway experience. It's there's a few YouTube videos where they're guided meditations using binaural beats.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know binaural beats? It's
Oh,
like where you
I
get
know what
one
they are.
one frequency in the left earbud, a different frequency in the right earbud, and then your brain finds a happy medium in the middle of those two frequencies, and then you only hear that one middle frequency, and it activates both hemispheres of your brain called hemisync.
Yeah, no, I've heard of that. And so, what was your experience with that?
I was able to recall information that I was unable to recall before I meditated in that way.
Hmm.
For instance, I had forgotten the quadratic formula, and I was like, well, I could Google it, or I could try to use the meditation to recall that information. And I did the
Hmm.
meditation. I was able to recall the quadratic formula.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting.
I also did some manifestation. Um, and I did. I live in a really small town where I literally had not encountered very many decent looking women for like 3 years,
Hmm.
and I used the binaural beats and the gateway experience to manifest women, and there's like it took about 3 months, but there's like so many different women I'm talking to. Like I don't even ask women for their phone number anymore because there's just too many of them at this point.
Yeah. So, and beyond that experience with the women and the binaural beats, uh, are there any other ET or space people contacts you've had in your adult life that you've experienced
Yeah.
or not?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, I felt like a bug crawled in my ear. I was in my bedroom, and I stood up and I was facing towards my window, and I was digging in my left ear with my pinky, and I was really nervous because I don't know, I was overreacting, I think, and I was really digging pretty good in my left ear. And it's possible that I simply had an aneurysm. But I've worked with technology. I've been electrocuted a bunch of times throughout my life, like on a small level, and I
Hmm.
know what electricity feels like. I know what it sounds like. And so, like I said, I'm over here, probably hyperventilating, digging in my left ear with my pinky, and then all of a sudden, something connected with my forehead, and it felt like some kind of beam of electricity coming from outside of my house into my
Hmm.
through my window and connecting to my forehead, and I could hear the hum like it was some kind of electrical force. And when you get electrocuted, it's like something your muscles tend to contract and squeeze,
Yeah.
and something in my brain began to squeeze, and it continued to squeeze until something burst.
Hmm.
And then I almost fell and hit the floor, but I caught myself and I ran into the bathroom and stared into my eyes to see if my pupils were going to change. And
Hmm.
fortunately, they did not. And then I had a lot of pain for a couple weeks in my
Hmm.
head, but like I don't know exactly what happened. I think it could have been just an aneurysm, but like I said, it
Right.
felt like something external connected with me in that moment, and
And
I
what
don't know what
the
it was.
what about the This is Encounters late night UFO contact show? I'm your host, Commander Elion. And so when that beam came through into the house, what color was it? Somebody was asking.
Oh, I did not. I couldn't see a physical beam. I could just hear it and feel it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Someone says it sounds like you had a migraine headache, candy
yeah.
coated.
No,
It could have been.
it was a really intense experience. Like I said, it could have been just like a, I don't know, for lack of a better term, an aneurysm.
Hmm.
But I felt like something electrical connected with my head, and
Hmm.
it really hurt me bad. Like I couldn't speak loudly for weeks. Otherwise, I had a lot of pain. It was a really crazy experience. And then
Yeah.
also, um, I see. I see orbs in the sky a lot of times, and I'll tell my dad, I'll say, "Hey dad, check that out, you know, and he'll be like, oh, it's a satellite. And everything's a satellite to everybody, by the way.
Everything's just tiered down. Yeah, it's a sound. Everything has to be.
It's always,
So
and
you
I'm like,
see,
have you ever played golf? You can't tell that's 300 yards away. Like, what the hell,
right.
you know?
So you've seen orbs. We have somebody named James. He is an expert on orbs. He sees the orbs that are non-terrestrial. So how big were the orbs you were seeing when you were seeing them?
It's hard to gauge how large an orb is when it's you know, like hundreds of meters away.
Yeah.
Um, but I would say anywhere from 5 to 20 feet.
Hmm.
Um, Probably closer to 5 feet in diameter.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
and a lot of times, they will have just like how you see on like airplanes, you'll have like a red and a blue light.
Yeah.
Um, they seem to have a red and a blue light, but they kind of like spin around it like a disco ball, and
Yeah.
so you can't actually get a still shot of it because of
Yeah. They're
that.
moving. Yeah, they move like that. Some of them.
But they
That's
stay
very
still
interesting.
there, stationary for like the whole damn night.
Yeah. Thank you, Dreams. Yeah, definitely. I have seen we see when we use night vision equipment about 11 years ago. We have a C5 group here in Connecticut, an Ashtar command group, which I work with, and we use night vision equipment. And we were looking to the southwest. We're in Connecticut, and we saw 5 huge spaceships that were orbs. They were cloaked. With the night vision equipment, you can see anything that's cloaked, any spaceship that's cloaked. The night vision equipment will see it. There's no limitation. And one of the orbs, one of these big ships, all the same size, they were huge, moves away from the other 4 of the 5, and so it's going north. And can you imagine if we were able to record that and document it? There's a lot of spaceships up there. You're seeing things that are visual, but just think about, folks, how many spaceships are out there around the Earth that are cloaked, big ships that are not being seen, that are being totally cloaked from from people being able to see them. Then you have the other end of the spectrum where there are ships that are not cloaked, and people are documenting them right now all over the world. So this is interesting. I'm always interested in the stories like yours with the orbs because they're real. Some
Yeah.
people don't understand them, but the bigger if it's a big, huge orb, normally it's a circular spaceship of some sort. If it's a small orb, it could be a monitoring craft from a larger craft, or vice versa. So it's very interesting when we talk about these things.
Here's another thing that I recommend is if you have these cell phone cameras are starting to get ridiculously powerful.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, when you put on night mode and you got a slow aperture, or you know, low shutter speed and a wide aperture, you can pull in a shitload of light and get, you know, at nighttime. And I like to take pictures of nothing
Yeah.
and then zoom in as much as I can, screenshot, zoom in more, and see
Hmm.
what I can see. And I feel like sometimes, you know, maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me, but I feel like sometimes I can see these cloaked uh crafts. And I don't
Hmm.
know that they're aliens. I
Yeah.
just know that they're there.
Yeah.
And they're usually triangular in shape.
Yeah, no, they definitely they're triangular craft. Many of them are there's reversed engineered craft, and then there's the smaller percentage which are not from this planet. Just like there are flying saucers or disc-shaped craft that are not from this planet. Just like there are ships that as big as the ones I saw back in the '80s over 2 football fields that were not from this planet that were shooting out geometry out of the ship for me to view for about a 35, but well, actually, towards the last part of the 35-minute period. This is the 1980s here in New England. So I've seen all kinds of non-terrestrial spaceships, but there are, I said, government reverse engineered craft that are triangular, and there's others that are triangular that are not from here. So it's sometimes hard for people to know the difference, but there are reverse engineered craft that are government has had. And, for me, that is not so, I'm not so enthralled with the fact that we have that because it doesn't matter to me. And what I'm really more interested in now is the contact that was initiated with me over a month ago with Godico from the star system Sirius. And, we're bypassing the government, we're bypassing the cover up that has been done on the people of this planet. And I'm having positive interactions. And their planet is in the constellation Sirius. I think the planet starts with the letter B. I'm hoping Friday night to get the exact spelling of their planet. So I want people to be on a journey now of positive, thank you, of positive interaction. Positive, thank you so much. For positive interaction, it's really important that every single viewer here takes my word at heart. You need to focus on positive contact. You need to throw everything out of your consciousness that has nothing to do with positivity, with the pureness of positivity. So if you think positive, it will be positive. You have to get rid of anything negative in your life that is going to distract you from what's coming. And I really believe that it's time for people, if you have, and again, this goes with everything else, your house, the way your house is, it's important that people lighten up the color of your rooms. If you have dark rooms, get rid of the darkness. Light colors. If you don't have crystals of light, get crystals like selenite, amethyst, and put them everywhere. Every crystal holds a frequency. And I'm very much attuned to frequencies of crystals for the last, probably 20 years. Because the crystals I use are from higher frequencies, higher dimensional frequencies. I know every single crystal I purchase every year is guided to me, or I'm guided to it, but it has a frequency that is very high frequency. Hey, Skip to Grace, if you are willing to take the time and go to crystal shows in California, they're all over the place, big crystal shows. Look for selenite, amethyst, and apophyllite. Little apophyllite crystals have very, very pure high energy. If you put those around your house inside, they will bring a frequency calibration into your room that will be so high that nothing negative may penetrate it. So that's what I'm suggesting, not only to you, Chip, but to people out there watching the show. I have nothing but high vibrational crystals throughout the house here. Everything is protected.
What I understand about crystals is that each different crystal, given the size and shape of it, has a different frequency. It has its own frequency. And if you cut a crystal to a certain thickness and certain shape, and then add certain cuts into it, that's how you get you can make whatever frequency you want. And that's how, the computer chips are made.
Right, but you don't have to do that. So when you're dealing with intergalactic communications, you leave the crystals alone. You just know which crystals you need to get. Some crystals are pyramid shaped. You want to get raw crystals that are not polished, and those are the purest energies. So you have to know what you're getting. I have slabs of selenite that are big. I don't cut them. I put them in windows. They're the highest frequencies just because they're left alone. That's the way you want to do it. If you get a crystal and you start cutting it around, sure, you can change it. But if you're getting a crystal that's pure and you're feeling very high frequencies from it, you don't want to cut it at all. You just put it where you want to put it and build up a frequency that is of the highest levels of light. And that's the most important thing you can do.
What's your take on the whole concept of looking into a crystal ball? Have you ever thought about that?
Not really. I don't think that's important. I think it's more important that we don't look into crystal balls and we look into ourselves and connect with our higher self and connect with our galactic self. That's more important than a crystal ball. The crystal ball is meaningless to me. It doesn't, these movies in Hollywood that have the crystal ball and the woman standing there saying, I'm going to have the crystal ball. All that stuff, I throw it out the window. Being from Mars, we don't think about that
really,
stuff.
I don't really have a lot of knowledge of, like, in movies what they say about crystal balls. Like I guess I've seen, like, some old cartoon slash movies where,
Yeah.
or there's like the old folklore of, just being able to see maybe the
Yeah.
future or something in a crystal ball. But I think that there's something there I think there's a hint of truth to the crystal ball thing. And what I
There
think
is.
about that is that when you look into a crystal, it's got all these different edges to it, all these
Mhm.
different dimensions, if you will. And I think that when you look into something like that and stare at it, I think you're going to catch a reflection from somewhere, especially say if your windows are open in your house or you're outside with the crystal ball, you may be
Right.
able to see, something down the street, if you will. Um,
Right, you may, but the thing is, one of the things I've never in my life experienced since I came here from another planet and fully had many experiences with the positive beings of light. I tell people, forget about the crystal balls. All the crystal shops sell them. I'm not drawn to them. They don't do anything. I think again, the one thing I will tell people is don't get drawn away from who you are. Go inside yourself and find out who you are. The crystal ball is a crystal ball. It's just a crystal that's a ball. It has energy like any other crystal. Many of them are polished and they're made for certain purposes. But no, don't nobody needs a
Right.
crystal
So
ball.
I don't believe that I can technically see the future through a crystal ball,
Right.
but I do wonder, like I said, if I could see something far away in a crystal ball in real time. Um,
Yeah. No, you won't need to you won't even be able to do that. If you want to see things in the future, find out in your higher self. Ask your higher self to talk with you. Have a like a relationship with the higher self. Everybody has a higher self. Every person here has one. When you connect with your higher self, you don't need anything other than. Do you ever talk to your higher self?
I have okay, so you remember I told you the story about when I basically had an aneurysm or some kind of
Yeah.
electrical
Yeah.
encounter. I was
Yep.
really scared and as a cry for help, what I did, and this was kind of an esoteric slash Masonic kind of ritual that I made up myself. I say Masonic because I did it. I used the number three. What I did was I took my Bible and I just found I don't even remember what verse. I opened it up to whatever verse suited me at the time, and I walked around my house in a circle 3 times each day. And I was basically trying to get some kind of extra dimensional entity's attention in that for that ritual. To say basically, hey, I'm here, and like don't forget about me because I think I'm on the way
Yeah.
out the.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I would say spend more time, if I give you some cosmic advice, just spend more time on higher self communications with yourself. The higher self is a higher aspect of each of us. We all have one. No one's exclusive from it. It's included for every human being in this room on the show. So when you connect with higher self, you can also say, I wish to connect with the Christed beings of light as a mantra. I teach people once you do that and you focus on the Christed beings of light, you don't need anything else. You don't need any books. You need any crystal balls. You need none of that stuff. It's going to be a natural cosmic experience that naturally, organically, you're going to grow into where you'll eventually contact your star family. And everybody has a star family, even you, Chip. You just have to focus within to connect to your star family. And your higher self will be the guiding light that will get you there. I guarantee it.
Well, you know how when you look around at any given object, when you just use your eyeballs to look at things, it's perceiving reflections that are bouncing off of objects, correct? Um, so one day I'm sitting in my room and I notice a shadow go across my curtain and I go, "Oh, that's clearly the outline of a buck because I can see the shape of the deer and I can see the antlers." And
Yeah.
so I look out the window and sure enough, there's a buck. Another day I see about 3 or 4 turkeys shapes go across my window. I go, "Oh, there's some turkeys outside." Open up the curtains, I look up, yep, there's some turkeys. Now, if there is light coming from our sun, or possibly even from other suns into this realm, um, then reflections are bouncing off of literally every object in the multiverse. And those reflections, to me, I would think would travel for eons.
Yeah.
And if I was an entity that was really far away, I would maybe try to project a reflection in a given direction where I thought there would be life on a certain planet to try
Yeah.
to make my presence known.
Yeah.
So I wonder, if you can, just stare at the wall, for instance, with your windows open and maybe some mirrors around, or I don't know, like maybe the
Well,
mirrors.
you don't want to use that. You don't want to use any mirrors. You don't need to do that. That's not really a good thing to do. What you want to do is just forget about the mirrors. All you have to do again is reflect onto the higher levels of light. So what I do is I project right now when I'm on here. Before I get on here, I ask the Astro Command to put a bubble of protection within a 1 mile radius of my location. I also put myself into a bubble of light during my broadcast. I also ask that my broadcast is protected from any interference from government frequency or whatever. I always protect my show. So I already know what I'm doing. So there's 3 layers of things I do here before I come on to TikTok. I do it every time I come on here. So I'm trying to teach people to do is, and this will go for you, forget the mirrors. You don't need the mirrors. That's something you don't want to do or need to do. You need to just explore the higher aspects of yourself, and your mirror will be the mirror of your higher self. Your higher self is a mirror of you, but a higher cosmic spiritual you that's within you already.
Okay. And one last thing before I get going. It's illegal to make your own radar system or purchase your own radar system from wherever and turn it on and try to, check out what's going on in the skies using radar, So as far as like detecting these cloaked devices, they're cloaked crafts that are out there, there is one way to do it. And the name of it's fleeting me right now, but there's a type of radar that you can basically you can use TV antennas and then connect up to the internet. I forget what website it is, but there's a way to do it.
No, there are devices to do it too. Yeah.
So you get on this, you won't be able to see the shape of the craft. All you're going to see is a blip, like a little ball moving across the screen. You won't actually see the shape of the craft, but you will see if something's there, even though you don't see it in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank you for being here. We're going to get some other people on here and we're going to see but you've been a great guest and I appreciate it. I hope some of the stuff I have suggested you'll take to heart, and it's been great having you on the show.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.
Okay, Chip, you too. Take care. And that was Chip, and we had him on. This is Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, Commander Alian. I like doing these kind of interviews because if I have multiple guests, it gets too crazy. It's good to get a one-on-one interview with somebody because then there's no people talking over each other. I've done it the other way, and I think it's better this way. So, Chip, thank you for being on with us. And we have another guest, a new person. You'll know who he is, a famous person in Hollywood. He just came out of the rabbit hole. His name is James. James,
Ladies
welcome to the show.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Encounters with Commander Alian.
And not only that, we're going to bring also, I believe John Connors, my dear friend and brother out west, is here. I'm going to. John is here. Good, John. Hey, we're so happy to have John on here always. John knows he's always a real close part of the show, and we love him, man. So we have John Connors here with us, and James. John, how you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
We're doing good. I'm just flowing. I've been going nuts looking at AM radios on Amazon,
You didn't
and I'm
get my
trying to
message.
figure out.
Yeah.
I didn't get the message. Where did it go? Because I tried to look for it.
Well, what I did was I made a Faraday cage for my phone on accident. I wasn't trying to, but I was just trying to make a Faraday cage just in general. And it
Okay.
locked in all my Wi-Fi signals and all that, and just into one little space.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I was really looking for the info on the AM radio, and I was having fun going nuts looking at AM radios, and I was getting confused.
oh, no worries. I'll send it to you again now that I fixed that.
Oh,
But
good.
was somebody was talking about mirrors?
Yeah,
Were they really?
yeah. They were talking about mirrors. I told them not to use mirrors.
Oh, okay.
I just really was helping them just to go within. And if they, people forget that we have a higher self. We all do. John, you do. You know that. I know
Correct.
that. James knows that. But a lot of times people forget there's another part of us that's within us that we never talk to. We spend our time going all the way out there trying to seek stuff on the internet, websites, when it's all there within us. We just don't even connect to it. You know,
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is when it comes to mirrors, mirrors are not for a person to travel. It's a separation between unconscious and conscious. But what
Yeah.
the surface down to it is, give me 1 second.
Yeah. Take your time, man.
Hello, Commander.
Hello, John. I mean, hello, James.
I got a real good contact story to share with you guys.
Oh, we want to hear that too. Also,
So
yeah.
my friend who's a pilot, I get a lot of inside information from these pilots.
Yeah.
They were taking off from Minneapolis, Minnesota on Sunday night, and the skies were clear, everything was fine, and 10 to 15 seconds after they've started their ascension, a craft pulled right up next to the ship on the right side.
Really?
The pilot saw it, the flight attendant saw it, I don't know if anybody on the plane saw it. The pilot said it was pacing them as they were, going up to 35,000 feet, and
Really?
as soon as they hit 35,000 feet, the craft started circling the plane like doing barrel
Really?
rolls.
Really?
Now the craft was described. You remember the moon?
Oh, I lost you, James. What happened? I remember the moon and you disappeared, man.
Did I lose you?
Now I have you. Some weird stuff just happened. Are you still there?
Oh, did I lose you? Okay.
No, I'm here. Can you
So
hear me?
the craft looked kind of like the craft from the. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, you're saying the craft
So the
looked like
craft
something and then you
looked
disappeared.
kind of like the
Go ahead.
craft from the Flight of the Navigator. Yeah, it looked like the one
Mhm.
from Flight of the Navigator. It wasn't a pure circular saucer ship, but it was more um like oblong kind of wide at
Yeah.
one end, pointy at the other end. And
Yeah.
she said that when it started barrel rolling around the plane, it went from silver to translucent.
Really?
The craft
Yeah.
changed
The spaceship.
changed the
Yeah.
way that it looked.
Yeah.
And she said that if it followed them all the way from Minnesota to Colorado.
Really? That's pretty
Yeah.
impressive. Now, what date was this on? When did this happen?
This was Sunday night
Past Sunday night.
from Minneapolis, Minnesota to Colorado, Denver,
Did they
Colorado.
record? Were they able to record any of it on video?
No, they didn't even report it over the comms to anybody. Now this
Really?
pilot that I know, they don't report. He's a commercial pilot. They don't report stuff like that to the tower. They don't report it to their superiors because then they're gonna put them in the psych ward and think they're gonna take their
Right.
their flight privileges away. So a lot of them are
Right.
really scared to, report those types of things.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, that's too bad, but I do understand.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but it was so cool because I got a phone call at like 1 a.m. You're never gonna believe what we just saw. And I said the same thing. Did you get a picture or a video? And he was like,
Right.
hell
Of course
no, I'm
not.
not gonna lose my job.
Well, they could have videotaped it and given it to somebody unknown and just gone anonymously given it to, some group that would just publish the video without saying
A
where it was
lot of
from.
people don't know this, but the planes can actually monitor data going in and out.
Oh, really?
The planes could tell, what IP addresses are going,
Really?
on and off. Oh yeah.
So let's say I was on the commercial flight just as a passenger and I saw the same thing they saw. I started recording it quietly without telling anybody. How would they
I
ever
would
know?
I would assume that once you landed and got into contact, that a government agency would know that you took that video.
What were you gonna say, John?
Well, you look at it as you're crazy, but when you try to videotape anything in an airliner, you've already been put into a box where whatever you experience there, and you walk
Yeah.
out, it's a totally different. You get almost like scanned, and then it's deleted.
Oh,
But when you come to be a pilot, the things that I've flown and the things that I've done myself. They'll ask you right when you get out there. They're like, "How was your experience? Was it good? What'd you see?" And I go, "It was a great experience, and I really didn't see much, but it was a lot of space." And he
right.
goes, "Good answer." But then the guy that was next to me, that was in the same class, he would say,
Right.
he goes, "Man, I saw like it was a UFO type thing, and then there was a plane that came by and almost landed, and he almost crashed into me." It was just like, and they
Right.
go, "Well, you have a good day. You got to go through training again."
Right.
And he's the
That's true.
pilot.
That's yeah, pilot. So it's very interesting the way you said that, John. So depending how you answer the question, it will depend on how they respond to your answer.
Correct.
Absolutely, yeah. The pilots don't want to lose their rights to fly, privileges to
Right.
fly.
No, I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah, because
You
once you
know.
once you lose them, you lose them. You don't get your wings
Yeah.
back.
No, the wings are gone.
Yeah. The other thing is, it applies the same thing as local law enforcement too, because they're enforcement. So when they ask you, they pull you over and they say, "Do you know how fast you were going?" And you're supposed to say, "Oh yes, I was actually going 53 miles an hour." Because if you leave
Yeah.
it a chance, he's going to say, "Oh, you weren't going 53 miles an hour. You were going 55," and that's way
Yeah.
over. So
Yeah.
it's just it depends on who's asking and what the whole situation is about when it comes to those questions that are entitled to yes or no or maybe or
Yeah.
gut.
It's good to know these things. I didn't know any of this, but I've just learned a little bit here about airline pilots, what they go through. That's pretty amazing.
Right?
Oh yeah, I would say that probably commercial airline pilots are seeing the most stuff out there. Yeah,
Someone's.
somebody was
All right.
it did look like somebody was standing there behind you. I just
Okay,
thought it
here
was
we
your
go.
chair.
No. I have a chair behind me. I want to make it clear. I have my green screen. That's a chair behind me. There's nobody behind me. If there is somebody behind me, please let me know. I don't think there's anyone behind me now because I don't feel anything. Someone says, yup. How many people think they see something behind me or someone behind me?
I don't see anything now, but
I
earlier when
don't.
that other guy was on, it looked like there was like a box standing behind you.
Shannon says, I did. Laugh no. I'm getting mixed reactions. It's my chair. I have a chair here behind me. You can see you can't really see it, but there's a chair. Very comfortable chair. It's
Let me
amazing
talk.
when I get on live. When I go live, all of a sudden there's all kinds of things going on behind me. Ah, boy, I'll tell you, life is interesting. I have my app here, John, by the way, with one of my intergalactic crystals and my ALEXA app on here. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I'm going to have the right radio. I was getting information that with another AM radio on my end of it, it will
Yeah.
amplify the frequency. Am I
I'm not.
incorrect?
Commander, there's a pilot in the chat right now that he doesn't have enough followers to come on, but he just said that he had an experience that the craft was not on his radar, but he could see it visually.
Oh, is that Chris? iCraft did not show up on his cabin radar, but visual.
Yeah, he's a
Interesting.
pilot.
Oh, interesting. John, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
When that pilot's talking about when he sees it visually, but it's not being picked up. So there's certain levels of the frequency spectrum, and when it's being broadcast out, and when it sends those waves out, it depends on what wavelength that you're using in different angiograms. So if you want to see something like that, you're gonna have to use like an ultraviolet, or you're gonna have to use a almost like a gamma ray.
Wow. Interesting. Wow. So you have to have certain levels of frequency equipment in order to see anything like that.
Right, because when it comes to police or just regular high frequencies, um, depending on what you want to use it for, but a steady current is at 0 hertz. Audio frequencies are from 16,000 hertz, and then very low frequency with ultrasonic is a 10 to 16,000.
Wow. I just learned today, John and everybody, as we're doing some research, there's a frequency 1400 and something on AM radio that's supposedly only allowed to be used by the SETI project or something with our project with the satellites. I don't remember exactly what it is. I was just reading about it. It was just by chance. It popped up in my searching.
That one is
1450 or 1440 or something in that area.
1300 to 1600 is a radar band,
A radar band.
and that is to search for aero navigation, amateur bands, some government, non-government, fixed, and some mobile, and it looks like it has radio navigation on there. So radar and non-government. Yeah, that's weird. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It is kind of weird. And there's one frequency used by either NASA and maybe not NASA. It's used by one of the agencies that have satellites looking out into space to receive signals from space. I can't remember which one it was, but it was pretty weird. I said, and you got AM stations probably operating on those frequencies. So it's supposed to be a clear frequency and only the government can use it for some reason.
Okay, so now, do you know when we're going into this AM and FM? So we're going to stick to AM, right?
Right.
Do you know the decimals of sound, the intensities that agree to that?
Not really, but I'm interested to learn.
Okay, so decimals, 0 to 10 to 20 is a very faint. So it would feel like a whisper, a soundproof room, a tickle in the ear. That's a very faint from 0 to 20 decimals. Okay, now
Wow.
a faint would be 30 to 40. That's a normal conversation, a quiet one. And then 45 to 60, that's normal office noise, a quiet stream to awaken a sleeping person. 45 to 60. Now a loud one is 70 to 80, which is police whistle, electric shaver, average radio, street noise, inside a high-speed auto machine. I don't know how they said that. But a very loud. That's a boiler room,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a truck without a cooler. That's 90 to 100.
Wow.
So deafening would be 110 to 225. That's deafening now, which is a 12 cannon, 12-inch, 12-foot blade in front of a jet craft, artillery fire, threshold of pain, propeller aircraft, hydraulic press, thunder, diesel, and close to almost a train.
Yeah. John, Mercury Man's saying that's what it is. SETI operates 420 to 720 megahertz for SETI for the satellite program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't
Hey,
know that.
Commander, I've been trying to get Shy to come on because
Yes. What's going?
she's got some insight on the AM frequency thing she wanted to share with you, but I'm gonna wait till she comes on.
Okay, I sent Shy the contact of John and I with Godico. Does she know about the contacts we're having?
Yeah, I think that's what she wanted to talk about.
Interesting. John, you've heard I'm Shy, correct?
Shy. I don't think so.
She's
I don't know.
okay. I'm gonna share with you. She's our DoD contact. She's all over the world. She has top security clearance. I've been sending her the video footage of Godico coming through the radio frequencies, and evidently, James. She reached me and she told me about Instagram. I don't know how to communicate with her on there. So, James, you contacted her. So as soon as she comes on, she wants to share information with us regarding to what's happening. I think that's going to be pretty interesting. You'll love her. She's a beautiful person.
I want to share something with you, Commander. What I've noticed in the last 2 days that, and this is the whole reason why I quit Facebook, was I noticed that the platform changed. When I went into a deep research of Theta, Meta, Beta, Iota, there was a large disturbance when it came to Meta. And so I really researched it almost to a point where things started glitching. So what I noticed is that they want you to revert back to going to that the platform of Meta. And it's a lower frequency for sure when it comes to the aspect of your own consciousness, right? I ate a burger. Yeah. It's not very good.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that that's for everybody. I'm just saying that's what I've experienced. So that's why I don't have any Facebooks anymore or what's that one? MySpace.
MySpace, yeah. I got off of MySpace years ago. The Facebook, the only reason I'm still there is I have my Ashtar groups there, and I don't go on there a lot, but when I go on there, I use that platform. I'm pretty well protected, and those people are interested in what's happening. If they don't have TikTok, I'll share the videos there so they can at least learn what's happening. But I'm really more. This has really been my main platform is TikTok. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm with you there.
Hey, I'm gonna put a message in the comment section. Tell me if you can see it.
You're gonna put branches in the comment section?
No, I'm gonna put Gadico's name in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to know how to spell the name. I keep thinking I'm getting it wrong. See, Godico, CGI Godico. Let me go backwards.
I can't even see the message.
Oh, someone. Oh, there it is. Gekko. That's how you spell his name, John?
Yeah.
Gecko.
The original name, yeah.
Okay, that's then I'm gonna have to in the future when I make the videos for the show for Fridays. I'll remember to put Gekko. That's his actual name. That's how his name is. John just finally deciphered it. It's Gekko.
How it sounds is it sounds like this.
Oh yeah, Geidiko, but it's actually Gekko.
Right.
Okay, so everyone write this down. Gekko is the actual name of my space brother from the constellation Sirius. And just to let people know, John is an antenna. We're like, I'll put it like John is the transmitter, and I have the invisible receiver antenna. So you won't see our antennas, but we are antennas. And and Godico in the spaceship is, I've come to the visual constellation, the visual, it's like a triangular thing. It's a triangular communications of frequency. The frequency energy is triangular, comes through the radio, goes through the antenna, John's antenna, my receiving antenna, which is invisible, and then the communications occurs. Now, he is also, John, as you know, he has actually learned to speak English quite well from our last thing that happened when your lights were going on and off. He was speaking English really clear.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, he was very, very clear. So that, for me, because, for me, I had a hard time. People say, I can hear what he's saying. I'm sitting here listening to mumbles of words that I didn't even understand. Now, either that or I have adjusted my frequency and he's adjusted his frequency in languaging that he now knows how to speak English. Yeah, he does. Pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Have you been talking to him since
It is
that
really
day?
awesome. Say again?
You've been talking to him since that day?
I've been feeling like I've gotten messages quietly in my consciousness. So maybe in a sense I am talking to him. This is when he told me that, Commander, you need to have an AM radio when you're on Friday night. When John has his AM radio on, you need to have an AM radio. And I said, okay, but I don't know what AM radio I'm supposed to have. So I was going nuts today. But now that you sent me that thing, I'll look at it so I know what to do.
Okay, so the one I sent you, it's called a physio electric effect. Okay, so it has quartz crystals in it. It's an oscillator, and then it has a tuning fork inside of it. And it sounds expensive, but it's not. I'm building one right now, actually, with that radio that we had. I took it apart, and that's what was in there. And they're not supposed to do those anymore for some reason because it's not a great amplification because it leaves itself open to other vectors of the drive level. But if I overtone that with the cut crystals, which is vibrating on a string, which is, I think, everything, the string theory, right?
Right.
I don't know how I come across this stuff. I'm sitting here doing one thing, and then here comes this one, and I just go with it. And now I just jump on the horse.
Yeah.
I'm like, we go.
Well, you actually you figure it out, John, which is pretty amazing. What you figure out, and I'm listening to you. I learn a lot from just hearing our interactions like this. It's amazing. Yeah. So continue. I mean, I'm very interested about what you're saying.
Okay, cool. Because you have a radio show, so you know if I was bullshitting or whatever.
On radio, I mean, everything's frequency for me. I used to be a ham radio operator. It's frequency. I used a big old tube radio back in the day, and but radio, we have a big antenna.
This is 1-9er Commander Breaker. This is 1-9er Commander coming through.
That's our friend James.
That's exactly
That's how it sounds, right? And I was wondering what the frequency of the TikTok is. I know that they can come through the TikTok too. They have, a matter of fact, I keep thinking that's when we initially had the first verbal communications here, hearing sound. It was through the TikTok. It wasn't through a radio frequency. But now they're using a radio frequency.
Yeah. You have that crystal that's on top of your radio right now, right?
I have the crystal right on top of my my Alexa app.
Okay. All right. So now this is the physio. So it's I can't see anybody's comments in there. I just seen one. It said something about can you repeat? And it doesn't say the name. I don't know what's going on with my app.
She wanted you to repeat the name of the radio.
Oh, okay. It's a quartz crystals oscillating radio. It's a physio effect. I'm gonna put it in the comments. I don't know why they make it so hard for me to share things, but you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, we just go with the flow, man. That's all. We make it happen. And my Alexa app is red right now. I'm not sure why.
Oh no!
What does that mean?
Do you have Alexa?
Yeah, I just turned the mic off on it. It was a mic thing or something.
When she hears my voice, I'll show you some videos offline or in person.
I got the blue on now. I had the wrong thing on.
Okay, ask her to sing you a song. I just want to see if she does it. Just say, hey, Alexa, can you sing me a song?
I'm going to turn her volume down. Hold on a minute. Alexa, Can you sing me a song? Uh-oh.
Me out with the crowd.
Hey, Alexa,
Buy
stop.
some peanuts and Cracker Jack.
He's on
I don't
headphones.
care if
No,
I
Alexa,
never
stop.
get.
Now say, Alexa, sing me the vaccine song.
Alexa, sing me the vaccine song.
Vaccine, Falling Star by No Cap on Amazon Music.
Nope.
You hear her?
Yeah, I hear her. Tell her to stop.
Alexa, stop.
Okay. I'll tell you what we're doing after this, but I think I'm gonna be pulling in. You can probably pull in Geico this way. Ask her to sing you the vaccine song.
Alexa, sing me the vaccine song.
Vaccine, Falling Star by No Cap on Amazon Music.
Okay, is there a way you can have me say it?
What?
Trying to stay focused.
What am I
keep
doing now?
drinking this lean. Killers behind me as I'm chasing my dreams.
You want me to stop it?
Trying to heal up a nigga, feel like Tyrese.
Alexa, stop.
Okay,
So what-
would you be able to hear me if you turn off your mic?
I have the mic off.
Because you're going through a headset, right?
I have my my earpods on.
Is anybody in the chat saying that their Alexas going off? Responding
Yeah.
to yours? They
You say you
are?
heard
Yeah.
Okay, hey James, let James say it. If you can have him say it, and then he will say the command into your device would hear it. Let's try that. Okay.
Okay. You
Have
want
him
James
say-
to talk to? Go ahead,
Yeah.
James.
James, repeat on comms 1. Alexa, sing me the vaccine song.
Alexa, sing the vaccine song.
It's not responding.
He's gonna do it too because mine's going off too. Okay. Hey Alexa, hey, can you sing me that vaccine song?
Okay, I turned it up a little bit. Try it again.
Alexa, can you sing me the vaccine song?
It's not responding.
What are you speaking into that you're doing it?
Alexa, can you sing me the vaccine song?
There you go.
Vaccine,
She
Falling
hears me.
Star by
She
No
responds
Cap
to me.
on Amazon Music.
No, no. Tell her.
Alexa, stop.
For some reason, she keeps on going to the like your music box. This is a breakthrough right here.
Going
'cause this-
straight to his Amazon account.
Yeah, get her to go off there. Say, okay, hey, say, okay, Alexa, what happened to Joe Biden in 2022?
Alexa, what happened to Joe Biden in 2022?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Joe
Bro.
Biden's bicycle accident occurred on Saturday morning, June 18, 2022 in Delaware Beach, Delaware while biking with First Lady
And he
Jill
was
Biden.
fine.
While greeting reporters, he braked, caught his foot in the pedal and tipped over. The Bidens were out biking on their 45th wedding anniversary. Biden was 79.
See how she said he was?
He was. What does that
Okay.
mean?
Well, he fell because it's not because his leg got caught in the pedal. It's because he had an aneurysm there.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so he's had 3 aneurysms in his entire life.
You know, as we're doing this, people are saying their apps are going crazy.
Yeah. So you know how they say that the ears have the walls have ears.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to say what's the meaning of vaccine? Ask her that.
Alexa, what's the meaning of vaccine?
As a noun, vaccine is usually defined as any preparation used as a preventive inoculation to confer immunity against a specific disease, usually employing an innocuous form of the disease agent, as killed or weakened bacteria or viruses, to stimulate antibody production. As an adjective, vaccine is usually defined as of or relating to the act or practice of vaccinating, inoculation with vaccine. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for vaccine.
Okay, now ask her, Alexa, why was Joe Biden in the hospital in 2022?
Alexa, why was Joe Biden in the hospital in 2022?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, he was in the hospital for treatment for a brain aneurysm.
See, now you're on it. Now you change her spectrum. Okay. No one knows about that, his aneurysm. No one was notified of that. So the agents that I work with, when they talked to my head commander, my second lieutenant, they told me that he had one, and then they had to replace him with the lookalike. That's when that went into action there, and it changed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy. Wow.
Okay, so now say, hey Alexa, sing me the vaccine song.
Okay.
Oh,
Alexa.
Say Alexa, stop.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, sing me that song about the vaccine.
Alexa, sing me that song about the vaccine. Uh-oh. Alexa, stop. So now I can't do it anymore because all the other apps are going on and around the house. She's going to wake everybody up.
Oh, see? That's crazy.
I'm not going to do that because
where did it go first? What bedroom did it go to first?
I don't know, but it went into, we have another app in the kitchen near our bedroom. So I think it went on there and I don't know where else it went. So I stopped it.
Wow. Okay, so what I recommend is limit her sources of sound only to one area.
Okay.
What do you hear? What do you hear?
Nothing yet. I'm just feeling kind of strange right now. I can't describe it. Just really strange.
You know how you're really in tune with everything?
Yeah, I am.
So now what's happening is that the Alexa apps are now being scrambled. So now they have sent out a disturbing, they put a reverse static out. So the reverse static is what disrupts their own signal that whoever's listening on the other side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Fascinating.
That is fascinating.
I didn't plan any of that, but job is special communications, so I know a little bit. Do you hear a clicking sound? I hear tapping.
Are you tapping?
Nope. Even though it says it's coming from my area, it's not me.
That is very interesting. Uh-oh.
My Alexa.
I think hold on a minute. Where'd James go? Oh, here he is. The tapping, I didn't want to say anything. I heard the tapping too. Everyone heard it. And now with the app, I'm not going to mention its name because it's going to wake people up in the house. There's my daughter and my wife sleeping. But I heard the tapping, and I know you're not tapping. So I wonder if Godico is tapping. At this point, I don't know, but it stopped. The tapping stopped. Here, I'm going to ask a question to the tapping thing. Let me test my theory out here. Godico, if that was you tapping, tap again. Godico, if that was you tapping, tap again. John, turn your mic on. I'm going to test something out here.
Yeah.
Godico, if you were tapping at John's location, tap again.
See, I recorded it.
Okay.
This is what I hear right now. This is what was just recorded.
Right.
On my.
Is that me? Okay, keep your mic on. I'm going to do this one more time. Godico, if that was you, tap again. What the heck?
That's coming from an electric device. So there is okay. So there is somebody tapping, but it's not from like a solid source. Like this is me tapping.
Okay.
That's
Now that's your tapping. Now watch this. Godico, this is Commander Alion. If that's you that was tapping before, tap again.
see that's digital. That's digital. That's digital right there because it's coming up on my screen. But I can't hear anything. But it's coming up on my screen.
That's Godico. He's communicating with me, even though you can't
So
hear him.
I just rewound it. You stopped it.
So those that are new here, now you know that I'm having direct contact, and John is that we're having direct contact. I didn't even plan this out. This is nothing planned. Okay. Godico, since you're able to do that without being on a radio frequency, I want to test whether you can talk now without being on a radio. Can you talk right now through John's thing? Can you try talking? John, is that you?
Yeah, I'm moving pages.
Okay, moving pages.
Yeah.
Godico, tap
moving.
4 times. I want you to tap 4 times if you can hear me. Godico, tap 4 times if you can hear me. Godico, tap 4 times if you can hear me. That's James. No, Godico stopped. That was James in Florida. Godico, if you can hear me, can you tap 5 times? Godico, Commander Alion, can you hear me? He stopped tapping, but it was definitely Godico that was in there before. Oh, there he is.
Look, it's coming
He's
from
tapping.
But my microphone's not showing up on there.
Nope, he's tapping. Oh wow, he's really tapping now. Oh my, look at that.
See, but it's not showing up on my microphone. It just shows a blue box. Like when I'm talking.
Yeah. Godico's with us. Godico, I don't know how to talk to you when you're tapping versus verbally talking to you. So
let me tap back to him.
Was that aluminum?
that was James. What were you using to tap? Metal?
That was Morse code.
That was Morse code? Okay, Godico, now that you're able to tap without a radio, is that you, John?
No. I thought it was James. But it's coming from my microphone. Why are you coming up to mute mine?
Okay, Godico is using some sort of Morse code, it looks like. This is crazy. Okay, Godico, I'm going to ask this question. I might as well ask it now. Godico, I was thinking to have you come through my TV screen on Friday night. Would you be able to come through my TV screen on Friday night? Give 1 tap for yes, 2 taps for no.
As soon as you said a little guy popped up over your head.
No, let me, I want to get I'm very serious about this. Godico, are you able to use TV frequency to come through this TV screen? John, turn your mic on. Godico, can you give me a tap yes, 1 tap for yes if you can come through the TV? 2 taps for no if you can't. Okay, now I'm confused. 1 tap, Godico, if you can come through the TV screen. 2 taps would be that you're not able to do it. I'm waiting for a response. Hold on a minute. Okay, Gadico, I'm not sure the answer. Are you able to come through TV communications through a regular TV screen?
Check this out. Video recording or audio recording 2023 12 19 2024 2044 at in 03 milliseconds. Listen to this.
Be able to come through my TV screen on Friday night. Hit one tap for yes, two taps for no. Little guy popped up over your head. No, let me. I want to get the. I'm very serious about this.
Because when he said that,
Are you able to use TV frequency?
did you hear it in the background?
Yeah.
Before-
What did he say?
There's something in the background.
There was. What was that?
It was something above your head. It was like a glimpse of like light.
As soon as I saw something, I said something, and then you could hear something when I said it.
No,
You're
why?
saying there was
Listen
a
again.
lot.
The TV screen on Friday night. Hit one tap for yes, two taps for no. Little guy popped up over your head. No, let me. I want to get the. I'm very serious about this.
Are you saying?
Use TV
Are you-
frequency?
Are you saying there was a light above my head when I said that?
It changed, yeah, but you weren't moving. See, what I don't like about the green screen thing is that it causes a lot of disturbance back there.
No, it does.
Oh, manifesting. See that there's a chat. Someone, whoever Scott Hammonds is, Scott Hammonds. I know Scott Hammonds. Scott Hammonds, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Watching the show for forever.
Now, this is my chair behind me. The brown thing. That's
know
my chair I'm sitting on. And that's
Who's that?
just me with the. That's Godico. You didn't do that?
Nope. I wish my freaking camera worked from the reverse thing. It does not work
Yeah.
from the reverse.
So I can help you, John, because I'm hearing it here. So I'll help you. So there are times when John will not hear what I'm hearing, which is interesting. But Godico is tapping on something, and it's Godico.
Oh, it's an
Now
orb.
we didn't.
Oh, he's trying to come through an orb way.
Yeah. Alex is right. Godico is manifesting sound.
Okay, let me look up Morse code real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me read it and let me download that.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Morse code, 10 radio codes. Download radio alphabet. Oculus, download now, please. Okay, so. Alright. That was a weird download. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm not stuck on an island. Don't worry about that.
Now, as John's doing that, I just want people to know you're watching Encounters for 205 people. There are many of you who probably don't know what's going on here, but I've been having direct contact with Godico. His spaceship is within our atmosphere. They're from the star system, the Sirius star system. He is a friend of mine that I've known before coming to Earth, and we're reconnecting. So this is all real, what you're seeing right now. We didn't plan this out. Obviously, I said he can manifest whenever he wishes to speak on their ship, and that's what's happening right now. Is that you, John?
That's me.
Okay, that's you. Okay.
Gotta go.
So that's-
Golf. Echo. Golf. Echo. Kilo. India. Alpha.
Is that you, John?
Yeah. Okay. So you got for I just put Godico out there. So you got 2 dashes, 1 dot. Then you got one dot for E, Godico, and then K is dash dot dash, and then you got another K, so dash dot dash. And then what you were hearing before, it was what he was sitting as error, please wait, end message. and to emit in radio alphabet codes, it would be the pronunciation of each one. Okay, yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah. So now let's see what happens. Gottico, can you please tap 4 times? Gottico, are you
What's that
whistling?
noise? Wait, shh. What's that noise? Shh.
Gottico, are you whistling?
No, did you hear that little toot 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 toot?
Yeah,
toot,
that's what I heard. Yeah.
like a digital ticking type sound.
Let's listen. Let's listen.
Is it raining right now? It is raining. What the
It was Gottico.
No, I don't
Can
hear.
you-
Hold on.
Hold on.
Gottico,
Put it was dot dash dot. Okay, so dot dash dot. Let's
Yeah,
go
it
here.
was like toot toot toot.
yeah, it's a dude. Yeah, I heard that.
It must be raining hard out there
I
right
hear
now.
it. Wait. I hear it. You guys don't hear that?
I do. I hear like a low sound of something.
John, you don't have anything on in your background, right?
No, nothing at all.
Yeah, no, yeah. It sounds like
Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna
sounds
plug my
like
microphone.
digital. It sounds like digital.
Wait a minute.
What the hell?
Okay, what's that sound? Where's that coming from?
That's some type of interference. Oh, I gotta turn my mic off, my sound off.
John, is that you? John? What the heck's going on? What the? Wow, what was that? John, was that you? John? Hello?
John just went through the dang portal.
Wait a minute. John, are you there? This is Encounters, and we're having a very wild experience here tonight that we didn't expect.
Ooh.
No, I'm serious. Friday night is when we're doing our, well, I feel kind of funny saying this now, but Friday night is when we're having our contact. And yet I'm laughing because we're having our contact. John,
We're
you all
having
right?
our contact right now.
Hey, John. He's writing something down, so I think
What?
there's some information. Hold on a minute.
I
minute.
have no
No,
sound.
he has no sound. He lost the sound, man. He lost sound.
Whoa. I thought it was John tapping on something.
I thought he pulled a mic or something out. John just lost his sound. He's still here, but he can't hear. He lost his sound. I have no sound.
Sound.
That happened when that big sound came, that noise. Now, I don't know if the
His
ship took
phone
out.
jolted by something. It sounded
It might have
like
been,
electromagnetic interference.
I think it came from the spaceship. Wow. Yeah. We can, his microphone
see
is,
him trying to turn his mic on and off.
yeah. John, I know you have no sound. You probably,
All right, John, write the next message. He's writing right now.
yeah. The electrical static and the power was really, really high on here.
What
Oh,
the
there it
hell?
Okay, let's be quiet and listen. What the heck? What is going on? God. John, this is Encounters.
What do we see?
Godico, can you hear me? Godico, can you hear me? Godico, can you hear me? Godico. Godico, can you tell us what's going on? Godico, can you hear me? Godico, are you trying to come through TikTok? Godico. Okay. You know, I did ask them to use the microphone, Sony. I did ask Godico to come through the TV, but not. I meant a TV. What's going on?
Oh.
Okay, he's writing hi. Something. This is Encounters. This is really serious, folks. What's happening here?
It's raining hard. John, try exiting out and coming back on.
Wow.
Commander,
Never
can you
check.
mute him?
Let me just see. C3T4S. I know the question you have, better ways to communicate. They have many ways to communicate. But as you watch this, you'll find out what's happening. Let's see here. I think they're trying to figure out how to communicate through his camera.
Commander,
I can hear you.
I don't know what's going on.
It's pretty weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
What happened to your power?
Oh, lights again. It's bullshit.
No, don't worry about it, man. I'm here to help you out with that part. So I want you to do something I was told by the command to tell you. I want you to say, I'm a Christed being of light. I surround my perimeters in the Christed levels of light. Can you repeat that word? John? John, are you there? What the heck is going on here?
Commander.
I asked that the Ashtar command protect John. I asked that the Ashtar command protect John, the Christed being of light, protect John, to clear all energies that are not of the light, to clear all energies that are not of the light. It could be government interference, too. It could be the government's trying to stop us from communicating. I don't know what's going on right now. Wait a minute. Commander, when the static started, stranger light went to your shoulder. Friends with Fury says, strange or light went to your shoulder. I want everybody to do this right now. Oh, that's static. It's crazy. I think he got the electricity back on. I'm calling for a clearing. I'm calling for the Astroman to help clear energies. I'm calling for the Ashtar command to clear energies. Clear energies. Clear energies. Clear energies. I'm asking for my space brothers to clear energies. Commander Kadar Manka, please assist. Oh, what just happened? James, I'm asking the Christed beings of light to assist you. I understand radio waves, ARMO, I understand very well, but I'm not talking about radio waves right now. We're talking about what's going on right now. John, are you there? It looks like they're... Godico, are you there? Godico, are you there? Godico, are you there? We don't summon the person asking a question. Are you able to summon? We don't do that. We don't summon. Man, this is intense. This is absolutely intense. Okay, this is wow. I lost John. This is Encounters. I'm your host, Commander Alian. What you've just experienced is something that is out of this world. We didn't plan this. This wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. It's kind of late for me to do that. And I do want to, it's 1 a.m. I'm going to have to check with John tomorrow and see how he's doing. He lost his electricity at one point. Godico came in earlier, tapping, and John didn't hear it. I did, and most of you did. I'm going to check on him tomorrow morning. I have to tell people something really important. This is really, really important now. So if you're on here for the first time, we are having, now I don't know what the static thing was from, but we've been having contact with Godico. Godico is on a ship with many people on his ship in the Earth's atmosphere. I don't know where their ship is right now. But what you just experienced is some very strange things. All right? Things that I cannot explain right now. I can't explain it. I know a person was saying about frequencies. I know about frequencies. I'm very attuned to frequencies. I've talked about frequencies. All right. Now I'm going to have to check on John tomorrow to make sure he's okay. Godico initially was tapping like Morse code at the beginning. I don't know what caused the electrical interference. And when the electrical thing happened, at some points I heard like really weird music, like space music, like music from space coming through. It's almost as if there was this energy coming through the screen on TikTok on this particular broadcast, and it was getting stronger, and then it went away, and then it came back. I'm going to have to analyze this in my head overnight and tomorrow. But if you're new to my program, this is the real deal, folks. It's happening. It's really happening. Godico was doing tapping without a radio. He was tapping, and John didn't hear it. I heard it. You heard it. Now, Friday night is contact night. Here I am sitting here saying Friday night is contact night. Like I have control of what night it is, you know? And this is all recorded. Everything here will be on my YouTube channel tomorrow. This will be on YouTube. Everything you're hearing now and seeing will be on YouTube. Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Yeah, it seems like Scott.
Yeah, I could
True.
run that. I'm gonna run that tapping through the scrubber and see if I can hear anything else going on.
Yeah, it's a
I'll
huge.
get back to you.
Arm says a huge eruption in Iceland last night, as well as all kinds of interference. Interesting.
Yeah, there was a volcano eruption.
Yeah, big one too. Well, somebody in Iceland had a broadcast of the volcanoes going on over there. My YouTube channel, I can type it in. Let me see here. I'll type it in comments. Let me see if I can type it in here. It's Ashtar. Let me just do this here. Ashtar command. I'll put the command part in there. And whoops. Okay. Ashtar Command Spaceship News. That's my YouTube channel.
One word.
Okay. Arm, you're saying, Commander, over your residence, do you have a light triangle? Can you explain a light triangle? I have a bubble, like I call a bubble of protection I put around the perimeter. I don't know what happened to John. I'm like, I did try. That noise was kind of affecting me. I was trying to get protection to him.
Yeah, that noise kills my ears. I gotta tune out when that happens.
Okay. Arm says three distinct points of light. Yes.
My experience with stuff like that is different because my experience through radio frequency is paranormal. So I get mixed messages when there's static and stuff like that going on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy what we're going through. I want to ask people, when this noise started happening, were your TV sets being affected? Anybody out there, any of your electronics or anything? Can anybody tell me? Anybody?
No, and everything was fine. Everything was fine here. Just my head was ringing.
Yeah, your head was ringing. Not me good. So nobody was being affected by it. My ears hurt now. Yeah. Now just imagine I had my earbuds on. I still have them on. I'll text them before I go to sleep tonight. I couldn't unlock David M says I couldn't unlock my phone. Okay.
Yeah, those frequencies coming through, they can have an effect on electronics and people and stuff like that.
Well, when we were playing with the app and we did a few things with that started my other apps going off, and I had to stop it because that would wake up people in the house here, which I didn't want to do. Pretty wild. It's been a wild night here, to say the least. And I don't think it's going to get any less wild in the future. It's like the center point of contact right here. Ben says I felt a lot of static electricity. David M says it was strange. Let me see here. Somebody wants to come on.
Definitely a little strange.
Yeah. I'll bring Giller and see if he's been on before. So we're just trying to figure this all out.
Grillo, what do you think about that?
Hey, good evening.
Yeah, I heard it.
Welcome to the show.
I heard it happening. How you
Pretty
guys
wild,
doing?
isn't it?
Yeah, long time no hear.
We're doing it was pretty wild what happened tonight. We didn't plan this out.
Yeah. It was getting a little strange in there. How's that other guy, John?
Well, I'm going to check with him. But the tapping started with Gatico, and then all of a sudden, this noise came over, and it kept doing weird things. And then he lost electricity again, and then he got the electricity back, and then it took him right out.
Wow, it's crazy. I was trying to tell you. I don't know if you got my message. They got these old Army radios called Pricks.
Okay.
Yeah, from the old war movies. It's like you wear it on like a backpack.
Yeah.
It's got a long. You have to hook it to a long antenna. But I think the more primitive um, uh, electronics might work better than any high tech stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So, but John
And
has information that I'm gonna have to look at. He sent me the information about the AM frequencies, so he knows what
yeah,
I need to use. I've got the
yeah.
app here, but it's the radio frequencies
Ho
that's
ho
gonna
ho!
happen.
Merry Christmas.
You know.
Hey,
Thank
what's
you.
up, brother?
How you doing?
How you
Appreciate
doing?
we
I'm okay. My
appreciate all
brother's
the
doing better too.
Yeah. How
wow.
is your brother?
He's doing better day by day.
No good.
Good.
Slowly trying to keep him from getting depressed. You know.
Yeah.
Pretty active all the time.
There's definitely an air of that in the atmosphere, so we'll make sure to send some good vibes his way.
Yeah.
Always good. Always send good vibes. You know.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, outstanding. I would be. It would be much appreciated. I'm leaving work now. I just did some type of ring. I don't know what it's for. I know it's for a Boeing jet motor.
Okay.
Big titanium ring. I don't know what it's. I don't have
Wow.
any idea. I just know I had to heat it up.
Well.
But
Well,
I
I'll
was
tell you,
was thinking
it's
music.
music.
I
You
was
know.
thinking like tones, like a
You know what's
xylophone.
interesting?
Boom, boom,
You were
boom.
talking music earlier during the event that happened earlier with earlier. Thank you, Loretta. Earlier with the event that happened with Godico tapping. If anyone really listened when the static was coming in, at points there was kind of like a spacey music coming through, like trying to come through like a not Earth music, a spacey sound from outer space. Did
I
anybody
heard
hear
that.
that?
I
I
heard it.
did hear something.
That's from their.
I
That
heard
sounds from
like
space.
a chime, kind of
They were
like
trying to. Yes,
like
they were
wind
trying to show us
chime.
sound.
That's why it
Yeah,
gave me
their sounds are from space.
it gave me an idea.
Wait a minute, what's going on here?
You know the little kid's xylophone?
Are you getting? Wait, we're getting tapping
You
on
know a
his phone
kid's
now.
xylophone?
Grilla, we're
Uh,
getting tapping
Grilla,
from
Oh, really?
your end.
Grilla, put yourself on
I'm
mute.
walking. Okay.
I hear you walking. So, okay, it's Grilla. He's walking. I started getting concerned that
Thought
Okay,
we
it's
were
your phone. Yeah,
another contact
yeah.
tap.
I didn't, or something else is going to happen here. Grilla, go
Yeah,
ahead. Come back.
That's about.
Yeah, I'm back now. You hear me?
Yeah, it's just you. It's your walking.
Hello?
It's just you. It wasn't anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like a kid's xylophone. You ever seen those little kids xylophone? You tap
Oh
with the
yeah,
sticks.
yeah,
Something primitive like that. Maybe even a harmonica.
yeah. Those are great.
I think. I think.
I used to use it in
Yeah, I
harmonica
think.
too.
Yeah, I think sounds would be something to try.
Yeah.
You know, tapping and Morse code. No, but who knows Morse code?
I was always thinking that I would hope that Godico would provide a communication way, easier for Commander.
You might have to ask them.
Now, Commander? What is the Kodar Monka and the Ashtar Command? Why is their communication different than Godico's communication? Why
It's only
isn't Godico using telepathy?
he wants to talk directly. He doesn't want to do that, which is more important that he talks directly, because if he talks directly, no one can say you're making it up. He has to talk directly. That his whole contact with me was with the music directly with Billie Holiday, and then starting to talk directly. So he needs to talk directly. He doesn't want to. He wants it as clear as possible.
You
That
might have
makes
to go back
sense.
to the music. If the music was
Well,
working.
well, in one of the programs I did recently, they took over on John's end of it. They played space music, and it sounded really
Yeah.
strange. And it was like it went on for about a couple of minutes. It's all documented. It's all documented.
Yeah, like that old Contact movie from years ago
Oh, it's, which one?
when they were up on the
Oh,
mountain.
oh, wait a minute. John Connors is back. Wait a minute. Everyone,
Yeah,
please hold on. Please go on mute for a minute. John, are you there?
yeah. Okay.
Okay, let me make sure it's John. John? John? Is that you, Gatico?
What is
Oh
that?
my, that's the space people. They've taken over his communications device. Gatico, is that you?
What?
I mean, where are we
Uh-oh.
going? Where are we gonna go?
Oh,
I'm
oh,
going. I'm
there's
going.
John.
Oh.
John, what's going on?
You want me to go through a portal? I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing it.
No, John, you. Hold on. Listen, everyone, listen. Please mute. No, John, you don't have to mute. John, you don't mute. This is Commander Alion. John, who wants you to go through a portal? John, come back to me. John, don't. John, you don't. John. John? John, come back. This is Commander Alion. Are you there? John?
He-
John, this is Commander Alion with the Ashtar Command speaking. Ashtar Command here. Ashtar Command here. Ashtar Command. It's almost like a musical tone.
Hey. What?
It's like a musical tone from space. No, they're showing us their
You
music.
hear that? Wait. They're playing tones.
Are you making the cat sound? That's not. Are you making the cat sound? That's all I'd like to know. I'd like to know if there's a real cat or not a cat.
They're making they're using synthesizer music, John. They're making music.
I told you.
Grilla, go on mute. Grilla. Grilla, go on mute. Okay.
This is interesting. Are you gonna mute speak now, or you're just gonna hog up the whole phone? You want your own phone? I'll go buy your own phone. You can have your own phone.
Hey, John, it's okay. They're just showing us their music. They're just sharing their music, John. They're just sharing the music.
So you're a composer now. Okay, go for it. This is what we'll do on live.
Wow.
Oh.
It's amazing. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. They're doing their music.
You got it.
A harmony.
Don't be scared, John. They're sharing their music.
I'm
Don't
scared.
get scared.
That's it.
Can you play a harmony?
It's all good though. It's just really loud here.
Oh, it's loud here too.
Oculus, what do you think of this?
Oh wow, that reminds me of Close Encounters with music.
They're telling you that you need to use music.
Yes.
Life is a song.
Yeah.
Oh, they used to use pipes, bags, and organs.
Wow. That's beautiful, John. They're using music. They're showing us music. Their music. Celestial sounds, yes. It's beautiful, John. They're showing us celestial sounds.
Yeah, but the only thing that's problemsome is like if it could be like interacted in a better way than
Yeah.
this. It causes confusion, and then like I don't know what's going on, and then I'm trying to figure it out, and then I'm over here writing things down on a piece of paper when I have a capable phone to do it, you know. So I
Right.
don't want to be looked at as a buffoon. I can do that on my own. I don't need
Well,
to.
you're not being looked at. You're actually you're the transmitter. Like just go on mute for just a minute because there's too much noise. You're actually the you're actually the transmitter, as I said, and that you're transmitting. They're using the technology to put it through here. What you're doing on your end is extraordinary. You're not a buffoon. You're doing something that no one else is doing. I'm over here doing something no one else is doing. We're the transmitter, receiver. They've learned how to use your technology now to communicate the music through the phone. There might be other ways they will do it in the future, but the way they're doing it now, John, just go with the flow with it. It's fine. It's extraordinary. And just look at it as being a breakthrough. We have actually had a breakthrough with the people from the Star System Sirius, and they're sharing their music with us. And I think tonight, which is not the night we were going to do this, Friday night is our contact night. But like I said, when they want to do what they want to do to communicate, they will. They're sharing music with us. They are definitely sharing their knowledge of music in the celestial levels of consciousness. And this is all recorded. This will all be on my YouTube channel. If for anyone who's I don't care if you're on YouTube with a UFO show or on TV on Ancient Aliens, none of those people are doing what's happening here. We are having incredible contact now with the space people. They're sharing the love of music. There's nothing freaky about it. It's all beautiful. People need to get out of their heads about this and start just listening to the beauty of what they're doing. You know, the human being gets into a 3D consciousness that is not able to understand or comprehend things. I comprehend everything they're doing right now. They're sharing the sounds of celestial music, the sounds of celestial music with all of us. So people need, what is that? People need to really understand this. John, what we're doing is extraordinary. You know that?
No, I agree. I got a text message right now from 11331144, and it says, "John, we have tried to contact you in 4 different ways: Network 1, Network 2, Network 3, Network 4. This is the used output networks that are high-power transistors, computer-generated tables provided for us to get in contact to eliminate and terminate all volumes of 50 ohm load. To complete the data process, these networks have to be found in your applications of Motorola Bulletin AN267 Motorola Semiconductor Products Box 20912, Phoenix, Arizona 85036. I live in Arizona, so I understand that's why they're using this one because it's coming
Right.
up on. Okay, so that's a message stop. So now they know how to text now.
Oh yeah, they're learning very quickly how to do stuff. They learned how to speak English. They learned how to do this. They're coming in way stronger, John, aren't they? Because now they're finding out what they have to do to come in stronger. Their communications is going to be verbally much stronger, so it's going to amplify much louder on Friday night when Godico speaks. His voice will be much stronger now.
Okay, here's another one. Text message 11333144411. We are trying to contingents conjunction with the capacitors C1 negative C2 provides the impedance match between the two driver impedance that has a very low input impedance of Q1 and Q2. We understand that you know this in the form of pi network inductor L2. The collector circuits divides the load, and the load that we were using before has too much distortion and impedance on that effect. We need a linear amplifier that will service up to 30 megahertz and has intermodulation of distortion level better than negative 30 dB.
Wait, John, you said you just got this all in a text message?
Yeah.
This is telling you how to modify the radio to communicate better?
That's what they want me to do, yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
that's really beautiful, man.
Remember the radio that we had? Well, that radio is no more. So
That radio got fried.
it did. It just started smoking.
It got fried. I remember that. His radio got completely fried that night. Yeah, they want us to use a much clearer communications frequency, and John lives in that area. He'll be able to create that frequency.
I'm working on, but the thing that was wrong with this is that the input for your AM FM, the switches here, they were just because it seems like they mash them all up together. But let me see, where's that screwdriver at? Right here. So like it was causing this one to go back. So if I changed it to right here,
yeah,
when I wouldn't go back all the way to here.
Yeah.
Just wait. Sorry. Right
No
here.
problem.
And they would work really well. But the problem of switching from this was AM to FM,
Yeah.
it caused the whole board itself to demagnetize because of whatever thing I was using. So now I had this magnet put on here, and I put that on there, and it was coming up perfectly.
Oh, good.
Hey, John, can you? Somebody's trying to run the numbers. I think they're going to do the light codes. What was the nerve that the text from?
Let me go to my text.
Yeah. And you're watching Encounters, folks, the late night show. It is kind of late night. It's 1:26 on the East Coast. I might be sleeping out here tonight. Yes, Julie, I think you're right. They didn't want to overload our hearing. Yes, 456, 4546, yes. Command did overtake the ITN broadcast in 1977. So people that are just tuning in, this show is going to be recorded. It is being recorded on TikTok. It will be rebroadcasted on my Ashtar Command Spaceship News.
There's the number. Wow.
Texting with 111-2161-111-116-111, and then the one previous to that was 11333-1111-444.
Yeah.
So anybody that can do some light code,
Yeah.
look those numbers up and see if we can get a translation going.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's me. You didn't know already?
Wait a minute. Did you just lose your John? Are
Huh?
you still there? You didn't lose power, did you?
No. Why?
Okay. Because now I don't see anything. I see your name and your voice, but nothing.
Really? I see.
Am I going nuts? Does everybody see John's name and hear
No,
his
his
voice?
screen is black.
Yeah, you went dark. Almost as if that they
Don't go
changed
to
the
the dark, John.
No, it's almost as if the space people gave you a black screen and maybe they're going to use it to come back and show themselves. Let me ask this question. Gottico, are you there?
David said he could see him.
Gottico, are you there? John, turn your mic on. Oh, there you are. Now you get your light back. I don't know what happened.
I didn't do anything.
I just heard some space music just a second ago.
No space music here. Actually, I put my phone.
Okay, maybe you had the book too close. Wait a minute. Wait a second.
Hold on. Yeah, I'll turn it on right now.
Okay.
You know how my dad gets a hold of me. He goes and rings the doorbell.
Rings the doorbell. Your dad's a cool guy. I heard him.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I'm just an
Yes,
asshole.
he is.
That's all.
No, you're a good person, man.
No,
I
I could be a better son. That's all.
well, we're all not perfect sons and daughters or whatever. So we are who we are. But Gottico, if you're still with us, can you play a little bit of music while John's here? You played some music. I know you're there. I know your group is there. There it is. Do you hear the music?
No, I don't.
Okay, Gottico, play some space music.
What the hell? I hear something now.
Yeah, that's Gottico. He's responding to me. He's playing some space music.
All right.
Gottico, I love your space music. I just want you to know I love the music from your space.
Sounds like music in reverse.
Beautiful. Did you hear that, John?
Yeah, it sounds like Star Wars.
Yeah, that's their music from they have their own music. Gottico has
There's
figured
that
out how
clicking in the
to
background. I hear
well,
it.
he's figured out how to tune into our frequency really strong now. So that's really good. For folks just watching this, we are speaking to Gottico, even though he's not verbally speaking, he's sharing his music with us. I'm Commander Ashtar. I'm Commander Alian with the Ashtar Galactic Command. For a minute, I almost misspoke of who I was. I'm with the Ashtar Command, and I'm spaced out right now. I mean,
This
I'm
is spaced out commander.
If I get any more spaced out, you're going to be in trouble, folks. They're playing their music. Gottico, your music from your civilization is beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh.
They're playing their music, folks.
Whoa.
That's amazing, Gottico. Do you?
Whoa. Did you hear that?
Yeah, what'd you hear?
I heard like a word come through.
Yeah, I did too. I just heard that. Gottico, do you create? Oh wow! Now I started something here. Gottico, do you create your own music by thought, or do you create your own music by instrument? What's going on?
Oh, I moved the phone. All right.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're still there, John.
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't want to lose you, man.
No, you can't get rid of me. I've already tried. No one can.
No, that's a good thing. But also, I'm telling you, from
I
now
could
on,
hear. I heard something. It wasn't John because I could hear John breathing while the other thing was talking.
almost like it was talking in English. The other person. I think it was one of the space people on their ship. I really think they've been able to figure out how to communicate directly. Have you figured out, Godico, how to communicate directly through TikTok, our technology? He's responding. I don't know what it was said or if that was just sound. I think he's speaking. Wow. What the hell? Oh, the music.
Yeah, I hear it now.
They're playing. Yeah, they're playing space music from their world that they have.
That was pretty
Wow.
cool.
That was really wild. Thank you, Godico. Thank you. Blessings to you.
Godico and the Galacticas coming to you live.
I just want to say, I want to tell to Godico, blessings from the Ashtar Command. Blessings from the Ashtar Command to you and your people. Blessings, love, and light. Blessings, love, and light.
I told you guys, music is the key.
It's
That's a cat. That's the cat sound over here every time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thriller, are you in a car?
Yeah. Is it
I
loud?
think you're. It's
No,
very
it's not
loud, yeah. Not too loud.
It's
It's all
noise.
right. No, you're good.
I told you music or tones and maybe a xylophone, you know,
Yeah.
different things. Yeah, you guys are doing it right. You know, like John said, you know, his job is really important. You know, don't never feel down about nothing. You're experimenting, just like the commander
Yeah.
said. This is an experiment. Every little thing
Oh, yeah.
that you do that pushes things forward. You know,
And you know, and they're playing
You
more
know?
music. Oh, let's listen to the music. They're playing music again.
yeah.
While he was saying that,
Yeah.
the normal impedance on broadband, AFM and broadband
Yeah.
the Broadview,
Yeah.
the transformers, a single transformer. They're usually made by ceramic, so the capacitors need to be changed to crisp.
The capacitors need to be changed.
Right.
John, you talking
They're,
about
they're,
cryptology?
listen right now. Listen right now, folks. Please listen.
Yeah,
They're playing
nice,
music again.
nice.
It sounds like flute music. Please listen, everybody.
Wow. Yeah.
Bill, you're gonna have to mute your microphone for a minute so people can hear the music.
Hold on.
Welcome to the Alien Show. Hello, hello, hello. Going down the rabbit hole on John Connor and UFO Contact.
I love this. This is their music, man. People watching this, we're listening to music from the space people right now.
John, keep singing for them. They might play the song back for you.
And my buddy R2D2. Hello.
It's so beautiful, man. It's just like, and it's all recorded. You'll be able to watch this on YouTube tomorrow. It's really beautiful.
So when I was listening to that, this is what I came up with on my own. Now this is what inspired. So the highest frequency of operation, the impedance of the line is affected by the so you have a piece of I have one here. And I was messing with it earlier. Here it is, right here. Okay, so you see this right here?
Okay. Yep. That you're right. The picture there. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
this
yeah.
is the same material right here. This little piece goes like right here, like this. Okay, and it's a ring. But when I was putting it on there, you have 4 dark wires and you have 4 light wires, and they're soldered together. And you have 4 more dark and 4 more light, and they're wrapped around that band. And in that band, when you have the impedance decreased by using large wires, or if you use smaller wires with a tighter twist, it increases the illusion and illustration of the waves of high frequency coming through that Faraday transformer. But what happened was I tightened them so tight that it
Yeah.
poof.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
yeah, I'm coming up with a better way. Do you remember that block of chromium?
Kinda. Yeah. I do remember that a little
You
bit.
remember how shiny it was?
Yeah. Yeah. It was extremely shiny. Oh, what happened to that?
I took it and I wanted to see how much water it could actually withstand. If the water is just natural from the tap, it does this.
Oh, wow.
So, what's in the tap water? That's what got me.
That's what I want to. That's what I want to know.
Right? Okay. Here's this one. This one came from last night's running around.
That was in the tap water too.
Yep.
So it's discoloring the.
But only in one spot.
Yeah.
Quite fascinating, huh?
It is. It's incredible stuff right now. You know, it's been a wild night. I don't think any of us expected this. I don't think you did either.
None of this. I was just gonna listen.
You know, hey, we're just gonna have a regular conversation. And I said earlier, way before you were on here, I said I feel something weird is gonna happen. And when for me, when I get a feeling like that, I have to go with it. I just can't ignore it. And I just knew that something was going to happen.
And I can't who was texting me, but someone was texting me and called, so I don't know who that was, but I couldn't respond back to him. So if they're not live, I know it was somebody.
Well, it's getting almost at 2:00. It's almost 2 a.m. on a Wednesday here on the East Coast. What? Wait a minute. What just happened? Wait a minute. This is an encounter. Oh man. This is Encounters. I'm Commander Alion, your host. And we this show will be on my YouTube channel tomorrow. Whatever you missed, you will not miss because you'll see it on my YouTube channel. I just lost John on his end of it in Arizona again.
John's a whole encounter in himself.
Yes. So I'm going to just do an experiment here. I'm going to do this right now. Agatico, if you can hear me, please respond. Agatico, please respond. This is Commander Alion with the Ashtar Command here. You know I'm here. Please respond. Or not, whatever you want to do. Agatico. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's been quite the evening to say the least. I think I'm going to sleep out here because I don't want to wake anybody up. I'm going to unplug the application so nothing happens. And like I have any control of that. Thank you for all your gifts tonight. It's been a long night. What was going to be a regular interview of people turned out to be something way different than I expected. I enjoyed the space music that they provided to our show. And so instead of saying we want to hear our kind of music, throw that out the window. Who cares about our music? When the space people share their music, it's time for us to be humble and listen. That's part of my teachings. It's to be humble and listen. We already know what our music sounds like. We've had enough of that. We need to learn about their music. Their music is sounds from space. They create music from space, from frequency, from vibration, you see. And I've been more activated tonight, again, with them doing this. I think everybody here, if you were tuned in the whole show, you've been activated. You're going to go to sleep tonight and wake up feeling different. All of you will, if you were here. And if you watch the show on YouTube, even though it's recorded, it's going to activate you. It's going to shake your belief systems. And if you have any belief systems, you won't have any anymore. I've always told people the truth about what's going on here. You know, I don't channel anything. I don't create CGI. I don't have fake audio from an AI system. Everything that happened tonight is not weird. And where did that word come from? Everything tonight is real. Everything tonight is real. Down the rabbit hole, take care. Everything is real. Now you know. They contacted me through the app playing music. Judy White, good night. I need to go to sleep. It's been a crazy night, and I need to just go to sleep. I really do. Thank you, Anna. I'm just like overwhelmed right now, so I need to just go to sleep. And hopefully John's okay too. We'll contact him in the morning. Blessings and peace to everybody. Much love. Like I said, contact is now. There's no disclosure you need to disclose. It's right here on my show. Yeah, my baby kitty. So we're going to go to sleep. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. This has been Encounters.